All right, welcome back to Dead of Ages Past. Last session was a good time. We've had a fun time in the city. So last session, um, Lord Kurgosler, played by Kevin, established his household and showed it off to his friends, and then received a house guest. Well, two actually. One that wasn't welcome, and one that was let in by some people. Conversations were had, letters were passed around, fun was had by all. They slept in the house, very comfortable, a bit of rest, and woke the next day to continue their job for the Night Sharks, well, or at least on behalf of the Night Sharks. They, well, they've been basically given more responsibilities than they initially had. And after leaving the warehouse on their way over to the auto carriage, a little bit of rain dancing across the stones, the electric lamps kind of highlighting the road in this misty morning, and they saw three figures standing near the auto carriage. And as they approached, one of them, the lead one, kind of looked to them and said, "Surrender the shard," and basically brandished a very large blade, falchion, out, as did the other two. We left it off there. I will go ahead and state, for the record, I'm going to ask everybody from left to right what your first thing that you're going to be doing is. We're not technically an initiative, but you should treat it as such, I mean turn-wise, just for my sanity. So that said, Andy, you're up first. What would you like to do during this weird, awkward, not quite a fight, probably going to turn into a fight situation?
As a quick question, John, do we have the initiative counter? Because I think we rolled last time. I just am not seeing it on the board.
No, we didn't roll last time.
Oh, we didn't?
No.
I thought we did, because I thought I rolled really shitty and got like a 4.
No.
Oh. Okay. Anyway, continue.
All right. If you want to go ahead and just get that out of the way now, but Andy, we're going for the non-combat turn orders.
Yeah. I want to pay special attention to these Goliaths, and I'm not sure whether or not insightful fighting or scrutinize would be appropriate to use here.
And what does insightful fighting do? That's the Inquisitive's technique, yeah?
I'm just going to put both in there.
Oh, I know what scrutinize does. I wrote it. So, I'd say so far you haven't seen them fighting, and that ability is basically deciphering an opponent's tactics to develop a counter. So
How about the scrutinize feature then?
You're not having a conversation with them. That's normally when that
Oh, okay,
is
that's a
utilized.
conversation thing. Okay, then I'm just going to, I guess, watch and wait.
Okay. Tim, Bullet, you said you were moving forward, shield up, and sword out. Is there anything changed?
I would say hand on sword. Not like I am ready to draw and fight, but not openly the hostility of the bare blade, and possibly use my combat intuition.
Okay. Go ahead and just click that ability so I have it out.
How do I click it? It's under insight.
Oh, right. Oh, okay, I understand. I would say... Ooh. Bear with me here. Yeah, I would say that it is equal to your character level if you're doing it on the leader.
Okay. Good to know.
Okay. And so basically with combat intuition, he's basically able to intuit the challenge rating of these creatures. So they're 5th level, and the creatures appear, or that creature at least, the one, appears to be challenge rating 5. Okay. Joe.
I just have my hand on my gun and concealed under the cloak.
Okay. Lord Kurgosler.
All right, I would get my shield raised. I would stand. I guess I would just move right up next to Valette. And I would have my war pick in my left hand. That way I could kind of put my right hand up in the air. Be like, hail. We do not want to fight you. We do
Okay.
not have your shard.
Cool.
You know, that sort of thing.
Matt.
Debating between two things, but you know what? Screw it. I want to read the leader's mind.
There's no surface thoughts. Are you delving deeper?
Yeah, I'm going to give it a shot. I was planning on giving it a shot anyway.
There are no thoughts at all.
So he's got like mind blank. Got it.
Make a wisdom perception or wisdom arcana check, your choice.
Yeah, I'm going for the one that I'm proficient in because my wisdom's 0. Wisdom proficiency 13.
You're not linking onto a mind, and instead it feels like there are at least 100 of them.
Ooh, so it's a colony. Interesting.
You're not sure what that means. All right, and then last but not least, Zach. Before you choose what you're doing, can you make an intelligence history check?
I rolled a 6.
Goliaths are pretty common in Jernaris, especially since its proximity, like the northern portion, is close to the province of Cardiff, but not good enough for you to discern any clan markings or anything like that. Okay, and then go ahead and tell me what you're doing.
Sorry.
It's okay, Cat, I understand.
Yeah. Fucking came out of nowhere.
As they are wont to do.
He definitely like 100% pointed at me, right?
He pointed in your direction and said, "Surrender the shard." You are carrying a staff that has a very large purple crystal.
That's our car, right?
Yep,
And you said I get 1 turn?
effectively, yes.
Cool. Nah, you know, I'm gonna shout to Valette. Can we take them? Because I know he's probably got an idea of whether or not he thinks we can kill all 3 of these guys.
Okay. Since you're basically relying on a response from another person, you're not acting on your own initiative for the engagement.
If he says no,
what I'm saying is I'm not giving you the response time. Everyone was doing their own thing. Since you're kind of relying towards another person, he can say what he wants, but you won't act, is what I'm saying.
Can I set up an action to trigger on that, though?
Okay.
Can I Misty Step if he says no?
Okay. So you're responsible at? Can we take these guys?
How many words do I get?
Just respond how you like.
If we're decisive, we can.
Then I'm not going to do anything. Let's do this.
Alright, so everybody's rolled initiative, yes?
Oh no, shit.
Keyword decisive.
Don't forget the dual techniques.
Okay, let me know when everybody's ready.
Think.
Double check here. We got Kurgosler, we got Sam, we got... I think we got everybody. Okay. first things first. At the onset of the initiative, you see purple lights shine within their socket-like eye regions. Basically, the darkness that's kind of surrounding their iris, or surrounding their eye sockets, kind of brightly lights up. Not the skin itself, but the eyes seem to be lighting in a purplish color. This is not an unfamiliar color or glow to anyone who's traveled with Yen Loren, as the Dream Shard glows this color quite often, especially when used as a focus for casting. Once these eyes start glowing in that way, so does the Dream Shard. Yen Loren, in your mind, you hear the familiar voice of the old man that you remember being trapped in your staff, yelling, "Oh God! Oh God! They're tearing me!" Ah! And it just fades. The shard goes silent, and everyone kind of feels this kind of strange weight, like relieved from them. All right. There you go.
John, just to check.
Yeah.
That check that you had me do, you said either Wisdom Arcana or Wisdom.
Wisdom Arcana
Perception, right?
or Wisdom Perception, yeah.
Right. All right. That's what I thought.
Okay. The leader moves forward, directing his attention at Valette. As he gets in closer, you notice that the strange tattooing doesn't appear to be tattooing, but actually scarification. There appears to be a kind of a mountain symbol on his brow, like a sword jutted into the mountain, and then kind of a similar symbol on his chest. He brings the falchion in. Make sure I've got this rolling to just me.
Hey, buddy.
Yep. And makes a flurry of attacks. Okay. The first attack it feels like it's about to miss, and you bring up your sword to block it. He will use his ability to change the effect of the attack.
No.
Oh, hold on a second. Apologies. Back up. I forgot a thing. He moved back. All right. So at the beginning, so the other two haven't rolled initiative. What he will do instead is their initiative count is going to be 3, and he is going to replace the 20 from Gilbert with their 3. So Gilbert will now go on 3.
Ooh.
Oh, that's so
That's interesting.
baller.
I know.
Wait, that's not a skill that players. Okay, for a second I thought I was muted. That's not a skill that players can have.
You feel like there's kind of this presence about them that feels off, like not quite right, Gilbert.
Yeah.
And you kind of feel like in staring at them for a long time and looking at one of them specifically, you kind of like lose yourself for a second, and you're basically delayed in your turn, and they are basically stealing your initiative. So, right, and then I have the other one who will be going on 3, and I apologize. The tokens are not showing up, so I'm just going to see if I can't get this
That's okay.
guy.
We get it. They're
Well,
also on the 20.
No, right, there's one that's on a 20, and there's one that's on a 3. So,
Gotcha. Interesting.
yeah. Alright, so he bolts forward, and he'll make a series of attacks. For his first attack, like I said, it looks like it's about to miss. It catches against your shield, and you see his body kind of swell and kind of just push down, and he slams the blade hard enough that it actually breaks down to the shield down into your chest and cuts right into you critically.
Thank you for the descriptor. I know not to use something. My other shield would not have helped.
Let's see. 13 plus 8. 21 points of slashing damage.
Ouch.
Second attack will miss with a 12. Third attack will hit with a 22.
Yeah.
10 more slashing damage.
Good to know.
Are we
Alright.
being decisive enough?
I think we lost our decision.
Okay, So the green one I've marked is the leader. Okay. This red one that I'm marking is the one that's going on 20, the one that's still initiative. Seeing the target of the leader, it bolts in, and it will make a flurry of attacks as well.
Yay,
So
me.
you're saying these guys are monks?
It swings. So the first one swung 3 times. The second one swings twice. Apparently multi-attack or some similar effect. So yeah, I don't believe I hit you with either attack. 9 and 17. Yeah, misses.
Nope.
You managed to kind of get your shield wrenched away from the first one's sword, kind of shouldering the blade still, and kind of block those 2 attacks as they come in, and then kind of push away, like backed off. From the cut, everybody notices that Valette is kind of leaking like a reddish colored liquid. She appears to be bloodied. And another thing I want to note is that Valette and Gilbert, go ahead and roll me wisdom perception checks.
Alright.
Rolled a 13.
Not good enough?
Perception. Wait, hang on a sec.
Not good enough. There's something off about them, for sure, and there seems to be a strange humming sound kind of emanating from them. Alright, Sam.
Based off of what I kind of figured out, you know, with the like Arcana-ish thing of
Sure.
like, feeling like there's more than one mind. I'm just trying to figure out if I would think that this would be effective at all on them, since it seems like they might have sort of.
You would know, based off of what you kind of gleaned from that check, that they're immune to the charmed condition. They're not immune to psychic damage or anything. They're just immune to being kind of center focus.
Right. So this would be okay. That's what I was kind of figuring that would be the case, just because the way you described it, it does sound again hive mind-ish, and that would probably mean they'd have some sort of. Well, shit.
There's such a good pun there, and I can't say it yet. Keep going.
I'm doing Maximilian's Earthen Grasp on. You know, I'm doing it on the guy in the back right now,
Okay.
just to keep him out of the fight for a little while.
Strength saving throw.
Smart.
Strength saving throw.
Okay, I got a 24.
My DC is a 25.
I see it's a 15. As the earth kind of shakes and kind of tries to grab at him, he kind of just and flexes, and the fingers kind of break away from him. The hand still remains, or no?
I'm checking up on that.
Okay.
Move on, and I'll.
Cool. Broxgar, these Goliaths are stepping forward, getting hot and heavy. Go ahead and make me intelligence history check, because you're a pretty savvy, school learned dude.
Not today. I got a 9.
Today's not your day. All right.
John,
Go ahead.
the hand I think does not stay around.
Okay.
He does, however, take half damage still.
Okay. So it's 5. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll move over to the base of this ladder and take 2 shots at the leader.
Okay.
Go for some combat with.
Hit. And crit.
Nice.
Very nice.
So 24 total.
Yeah, actually, it'll be 25 because your crit damage should be maximized.
Alrighty. Have some of that.
All right. You see 2 solid shots slam into its chest, Gilbert. He doesn't bleed. Doesn't appear to be blood
Ain't
coming
got
out of
time
him.
to bleed.
Well, did he hit this one or
Oh, yeah.
above it?
One above it. He hit him in the shoulder with the straight shot and took a pretty good hit, like, hole-wise. Of course, it's exploding more out the back than at the front. Like, it enters small, like it's bigger. And then he hit him right in the face. So there's like a small hole, like, on his, his brow. But it doesn't seem like he's bleeding at all.
Is it purple energy instead?
No.
Or just nothing?
Nothing. It's really dark too. It's kind of misty and foggy and a little bit of rain, but there doesn't appear to be any liquid coming out of him. All
I
right.
don't know if that affected it, Brox.
That was a solid shot.
Again, Lauren. Oh, sorry, Joe. Can you do me a favor and roll me a d6? Thank you.
No, you-
Yeah, Lauren. Sorry. You doing thinking? He's nodding.
I'm gonna do that to the leader. Oh, I should have turned on DC.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, it's all right. So wisdom saving throw against spellcaster on a failure it takes 3d8, half as much. Okay. What is the DC?
17.
It's really good.
Yeah, I know. I got plus 5.
Okay. So it doesn't seem that he is taken. It doesn't seem that it takes hold. It does seem that it does wound him with the psychic initiation, but it doesn't seem that it persists.
Either way, the target takes an additional 5 psychic damage anytime it takes psychic damage.
Oh, sorry. Actually, apologies. Bear with me. Rewind. That's the power from staff, is it not?
Yeah.
Okay. So you try to activate it, and you burn your action, and you burn your point, and the shard doesn't glow. I apologize. I thought that was a spell.
He nerfed you.
I apologize.
No.
Meta Dupree.
I apologize. Yeah.
Oh, that's wildly upsetting.
I know. Okay, 87.
All right.
Oh man, if that.
Oh, go-
this could be. Can I still have a bonus action, right?
Yeah.
If this thing better not be fucking completely broken as a spell thing, or I'm gonna be so fucked.
Okay, where are you going?
Behind this building.
You have to be able to see the location. Oh, that building. You can see behind that building. Okay, Valette.
Yeah, I can.
Yep.
All right. If I needed to breathe, I would take a deep breath for a second wind.
Okay. That's on top
I
of
don't
the
get
building.
Plus
Get off that building.
I wasn't sure. The wall is like cut into it halfway.
It's so if you go up on top, you can see down.
Got it.
And then I would unleash my own flurry of attacks, surging with them, one might say.
So a total of 4 attacks.
Oh yeah, baby.
Who are you targeting?
Get it.
The leader.
Okay.
So I rolled a
Miss.
14, 16, 10, and 19.
19 will... Let me see, hold on. Let me double check something.
Miss.
Probably. My luck.
Yeah, it will hit, but then he'll use his reaction to parry and block the attack.
Yay!
Here.
Then I will... I just gotta double check something to see if I can do this hit or miss.
Guess I never miss, huh?
Yeah. No, when I hit a creature, so nope, can't mark them. And yeah, that's my turn.
Alright, they seem to be very formidable melee combatants. Red.
Yeah, for sure.
Did you go for the leader, Tim?
Yeah, and missed every time.
Okay.
You would have hit that last one.
So we're looking at. Oh, anyway, yeah. You guys can figure out what ACs may or may not be hit.
Mm-hmm. I'll move here.
Well, 19 will hit, but
Okay.
And I'm going to use my high tension cable.
Okay. So So dex save, and you're trying to trip.
Knock it prone.
Okay. The leader or the other one?
The other one, because the leader is too tough.
Okay. Dex saving throw. That's a crit. Yeah, he's good.
Damn it.
Yeah, I'm rolling pretty hot. This is pretty good.
Bonus action hide.
Real quick. Oh, you would have missed the attack. Never mind. You can. Oh, sorry. You can instead use it to trip. Okay. You didn't actually attack with it. Got it.
Right. I just. Right.
Okay. Gilbert, Ren's done. You're up.
Yeah, I took a bonus action hide.
Okay.
All right.
Make a stealth check.
Sam's just looking around
16.
like, where the fuck's everyone going?
Yeah. First thing I'm going to do is wish somebody was around to activate my Esper Edge, but I know what Valet's does, and we don't really want to do that right now. So what I will do is cast Spiritual Weapon. I'd like to place it like right behind this guy, right there. And I'd like to attack the main guy with it.
Okay.
So I believe, well, I guess I click on the spell, don't I, and then click it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I will do that then. Spiritual weapons right there. Boom.
Nice.
25 for the people at home.
Cool.
Oh, I was gonna cast that at level 2. I didn't really say, but that's the generic, the typical level you'd cast that at. It did 9 force damage. What it looks like is a force weapon made of force. It's a war pick, and it's.
I was gonna say it
can I
looks
move
like a
that?
toothpick.
Yeah. No, I can't move that. I want it to be right there.
Give John,
attack
give
this
John
guy,
a second.
this Joker.
He'll get it.
Yep.
Should be yours.
Joker, the main leader Joker.
I thought the leader Joker was green.
Oh no, I don't know. I thought he was this guy.
Which token?
Okay.
Which token is
It
the
should be
leader?
yours now.
Green is the leader. Red is the guy that
Who stole
has low
initiative.
initiative.
No, who got good
Or
enough.
stole. Oh, okay.
Okay, if Green's the leader, then I'll attack him. But I can still leave it right here because it's diagonally attacking.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
You'll take the damage.
So did that look like it did some real damage?
Yeah.
Sweet.
He doesn't bleed.
Supposed to fake damage.
I mean, it picks into him and kind of pulls away, but it doesn't seem to. He's not bleeding.
Okay.
It does as much damage as the
Doesn't
gunshot did.
He will.
He will. And
The-
then what I would do
Go ahead.
is that's a bonus action. As an action, I'm
Mhm.
going to whack him with my
Crane beak.
crane.
Go for the head.
There it is. Going for whatever I can hit.
He very
Those at home, I got a 12 and a 21, but no.
not seeming
21
to
is a
notice the spell appear behind him, kind of hit into him. He focuses on Valette and then kind of turns his attention to you. His eyes still kind of glowing purple. You swing with the weapon. He very quickly and deftly spins the falchion so that the blunt end catches underneath the pick's blade and just snaps it back and away. They
Damn
appear
it.
to be very skilled fighters. Very skilled indeed. The last of the group, the warrior at the back, will move forward. Hold on.
Guy at the back. The Gary of the group, as we like to call them.
He will take the dash action, move around the corner, step adjacent to Yen Lauren. Alright. Zach, do me a favor, make a wisdom perception check. Yep, there's a strange humming coming from him. It's like he just seems to be kind of radiating this energy, this hum. Like, you know when you walk into a room and a TV's on and you don't even hear it, but you can still feel that it's on? It's kind of that same kind of deal. Maybe I'm the only one who gets that. Like, there's like an electronic field.
Yeah.
Yeah, we get it.
All right. The leader will go to town on Valette.
Yay me!
How's your health pool doing, Tim?
I'm not bloodied anymore.
That's good.
Until John
You're
hits me.
unconscious?
He hasn't hit me again yet, but
Alright.
he will.
So 2 of my hits will strike through. That will be a total of
Would they beat
Oh.
an AC of
So-
26?
first attack. But I don't know if I'm supposed to tell you that. What, are you using an ability that would stop me from hitting
If
you?
it seems like it's about to, I will activate the auto shield and go for broke.
Yeah, so the first attack's about to hit, and then you're auto shielding. Okay.
Auto shielding, yeah. So now
Yeah.
I have an effective AC of 26.
It gets in the way of all 3 of his attacks.
Yes!
Nice. Yo, welcome.
It kind of recoils a little bit, but doesn't reset itself, as we've discussed, and it's kind of limply sitting at your shoulder. Good job remembering that you had it, because you could have died.
I knew last
if you
time, but I was...
didn't.
Yeah, I know.
Feels bad, man. All right, on the opposite 20, the other Goliath will attack as well.
And it says it's there until the start of my next turn. I have a +5.
Yeah, basically, it's the spell shield.
Yeah.
Well, that'll effectively deal with them, but now they're going to maneuver.
Oh no.
The warrior moves past you a bit, now kind of engaging with Sam as well. Seems to be taking a wide stance to threaten both. And
Does Gilbert get an attack?
yeah, Gilbert will get an attack of opportunity.
Because I'm in combat with him, so I will whack him with Cranebeak. Run away from me.
And then Bullet will get
Nice job.
Bullet will
I
get an
rolled a
attack against the
26
leader.
people at home.
For the viewer at home.
Yeah, 7 piercing damage.
Bullet
So
will get
wait,
an
how
attack
many-
against the leader.
I used my reaction for the auto shield.
Right, good call. Okay,
Bummer.
cool. Yeah, you stab into his like thigh and kind of pull away. He still continues walking past you. When you recoil the weapon and kind of look at the pit to see if there's blood or anything, nothing. Dry as a bone.
All right, is it my turn now?
It is indeed.
Okay. So there's going to be a really loud noise in a second, guys, as I choose to
Thunderstep.
thunderstep.
All right.
I did move also a slightly closer, getting towards Yen Lauren,
Okay.
just for kicks and giggles.
It's a 10-foot radius.
Yeah.
10-foot
What's
radius, yeah, so
what's
it
the
should-
saving throw?
Well, no, I technically I'm 15 feet away from you, aren't I?
Yeah, because
Or-
of the.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yeah, because that's the reason why I wanted to move forward one more too, because technically I'm 15 feet away from you now. So
Yeah, it's very
should
skillful
miss.
movement. Very skillful
yep, yep.
indeed. And
Yeah, I
then
don't want to cause any more damage than I have to. And then I'm going to actually Misty Step.
my guys need to make a Constitution saving throw versus DC 15. Okay.
Did I get hit by the leader? I see he's in melee.
No. He attacked Valette, and Valette triggered the auto shield, and then to kind of secure a more post past the vanguard, they circled around the 2 in the front.
Okay, so I'm going to Misty Step over to there, and I'm just going to look
Thunderstep?
at Ren. Thunderstep, whatever.
Okay.
Thunderstep over to there, look at Ren, and just be sort of like, do you want to touch tips?
Gross.
Is Thunderstep action?
No, it's
It's an
a
action.
standard.
I'm not going to like do it like I can't touch him right now, but I'm just
Okay.
suggesting like on your turn, let's do this, and we can,
I
that
understand.
was- it's a suggestion without
Right.
casting suggestion. Because I don't have suggestion.
That's a different character. All right, Brox. As I mentioned, they were fighting on Valette, who was doing a good job maintaining herself as a tank, and then they circled around to get engaged with the caster and the ranged attacker. You have the leader on you. You hear me okay, Joe?
Yeah, I did. I'm sorry. I'm clicking on a thing that I recently added to my character sheet.
Oh, okay.
I want to use Villain's Menace.
Okay. So you'll make an attack with Fury. Mm-hmm. Okay, that will miss. So for the next 10 minutes, you have a +1 to your attack rolls and a +2 to your damage rolls against the target, against him.
That's nice.
Alright.
And I want to use my bonus act, or not my bonus action, my action surge
Okay.
to drop a fog bomb down
Okay.
between this group, about right there in the middle.
That creates a... How big is the fog again?
20-foot radius.
Okay. Let me get you
And
that.
it won't start till next round. But I'll drop it down and I'll say, get some distance. This will obscure their vision. Probably like right next to Gilbert. Ah, wow. Okay.
Nice.
But it doesn't take effect until the start of next round, I believe.
I know, I'm moving it off to the side,
Right on.
and I'm going to give you control of it, so when it starts up, you can just put it for where it was. Okay. Yen Lauren.
Yeah, I'm gonna Misty Step and fuck off again.
Okay.
There. And I'm gonna fire one Eldritch Blast at the guy I just Misty Stepped away from.
Okay. Yeah,
Question.
it works.
Did I also lose my bonus, though?
No, it seems to be functioning fine. It just seems that when you activated it to use a charge in it, it didn't. It kind of didn't work.
Okay. So it's still... Everything else is fine, I just can't use those technique points.
Correct. Yeah, that would be really drastic. The Eldritch Blast goes flying and just hits a wall. You do get 2 of those, though.
Yeah, but if you told me that I lost that bonus, Yen Lauren was gonna break.
Okay. No,
You were gonna ruin that character.
it seems to have enough magical energy in it. And this is at the same target?
Yeah.
Okay. That'll hit. The second one will hit. Just the guy.
Great. I'm also gonna keep running to here.
Okay, give me some damage.
7.
Alright. That was Yen Lauren. Valette. The auto shield now kind of rescinds back to its kind of limp position, but not engaged back into its setup.
Yep. Since I don't want to give 3 shots on myself, I shall take 2 swings at the guy in front of me.
Okay. Hit and miss. Alright.
So that's wow, and I rolled a 1 on damage.
Yep.
7 damage.
Roll me a 27 dice.
1d20.
Okay.
15.
Yep. You hit him strongly in the shoulder and actually cut into him quite a bit, and then pull away. As you do, you kind of see some sort of pinkish mass, like muscle, you think, kind of like moving against the wound, but nothing seems to be kind of bleeding out. And then as you kind of come in with the second swing, you're kind of disturbed by that. You realize that the blade has interjected itself in between you and the striking plane very deftly.
Okay.
And you almost lose your hold on your weapon. It was that bad a swing. All right.
And I will mark him.
Okay. With double mark?
Sure, we'll do double mark just in case.
Okay. So what we mean by that is he's playing the Cavalier class, those watching at home. But I also use the rules for my advanced ability checks book. And basically him having insight trained allows him to perform a very limited version of a mark. If he were to, it's what is it? Advantage on opportunity attacks.
If he attacks an ally, then I get a bonus.
No,
action.
not for Cavalier. The other one.
Oh. I think it's more. I just get a free opportunity attack on him.
Oh, okay. That's right. That's right. You don't spend your reaction for it. That's right. Okay, so Ren, you are up.
Ren turns to Sam and touches the tip of Ketsujin to what does Sam have? The dagger?
Selena.
Selena Stiletto. Okay, yeah. And kind of shrugs his shoulders like, what's gonna happen?
I have no idea what's going to happen. This
Hold on
will
a
be
second.
entertaining.
Hold on a second, guys.
You touch tips, and a nuclear explosion goes off, killing everyone in a 300-mile range. Game over, guys.
Yeah.
Game over.
And Lauren's staff explodes.
I got other character ideas. We'll be fine.
Okay.
So do I.
Yeah, that was
My
really
next
weird.
character is going to be a barbarian,
Um,
so I have health
so
and armor.
I apologize there,
Very
Andy.
quick.
I
No worries.
I switched over to my Twitch real quick just to look if anybody was chatting, and it was being goofy. So I just kind of freaked out for a moment there.
Sure.
No worries.
Ren activates on Sam.
Okay. Oh,
Gross.
you guys.
All over Sam's face.
Oh my god.
Nice.
Okay, so dual technique
Sam will make you
with.
take the dodge action.
Okay, so do me a favor and roll dice equal to your sneak attack damage.
Oh.
Interesting.
So just do the damage?
You will roll sneak attack. Just roll your sneak attack damage dice. Yeah. So 10, right?
Yep.
Okay. You regain hit points equal to this amount. You gain temporary hit points equal to any amount of healing in excess of your maximum hit points. For example, you have 11 damage down from maximum, and the result is 16. You would heal 11 hit points and gain 5 temporary. Since you have no damage on you, you would just gain 10 temporary hit points.
So that's just me. Does Sam get those as well?
Just you.
Really?
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I feel gypped.
Wow. Okay. So that's actually pretty cool.
Good for you.
So as I still have movement, right?
Correct.
Wait, that's
So then-
it? I don't get anything?
Nothing. Yeah, not
I
a
like
thing.
it. I like it a lot.
I'm never touching your tip again. Taker.
You know how it is. So I still have a bonus action, so I'm going to. So could I do a regular sword attack with a bonus action, or does it have to be an offhand attack?
You cannot take a bonus action attack unless you take the attack action.
Oh, then I'm gonna sort of retcon.
No, you're not.
Why not?
What do you mean retcon?
Well, if I didn't know that I could attack, then I'm not gonna move forward.
Oh, okay, I gotcha. Don't move forward. I thought you were gonna try and No.
No.
So staying back. Got it.
Yeah. Then I'm going
Warn you, I
to.
forgot in my laptop, so my thing's going to die for a second.
Oh, okay. You're gonna pop back in though.
Yeah, I'll pop back just to give you a heads up.
All right, those watching.
I'm gonna take the dodge action then. Dodge action.
How are you gonna take the dodge action?
Yep.
How are you going to take the dodge action?
Oh, because I used an action already, right?
Yes.
I mean,
Okay.
You have a
I can
bonus
can
action.
figure this out. I promise. How
I
about
believe in you.
Except I don't belong.
Oh.
I forget. Can rogues take the dodge action as a bonus?
It's
Or
cunning
that's
action. No, that's
dash,
no.
disengage,
So
and-
I'm gonna use my movement. I'm gonna go here and a cunning action.
Go ahead.
See, I did it. I did it.
Nice.
Okay. All right. Cool. Gilbert.
Everyone keeps fucking abandoning me.
You're up.
All right. I'm
we
gonna
saw that
click on
thunder
spiritual
stuff.
weapon because I want to make that thing move over, and I also want to read one thing that it says.
Who does it want to? Who do you want it to attack? It can move 20 feet and attack as a bonus
Yep.
action.
I just want, I want to click it because maybe it'll do the attack, and also I want to read another. I'll
Oh,
tell you once I.
why
once
weren't
I
you reading
click
it
on
while we were?
Spiritual weapon. I was reading it, but I think.
Roll
my-
damage.
Oh, how come it's even-
Man, Lord Kurgosler is running the show.
Right, don't mess with me, man. I did 11 force damage. The pick sinks right through this Joker's back. Is that a concentration weapon? Because I have a spell card that says it's a concentration weapon, but I have another thing on an app that says it's not.
Spiritual weapon
So I have my app says it's not a concentration.
is not a concentration spell.
Yeah, spiritual weapon is
Yes!
not, I believe.
That's why it's the most awesome thing ever.
It's pretty
and then
good.
What I will do is, as an action, I will cast Bless, and bless Brockscar, Valette, and myself, so we all get a D4 to add to all our attacks, because I don't want Valette to miss any of these things.
Thank you.
All right. Blessing of
Who's breathing into the mic?
Dim. So that's that. I'll click on that just for the other players here to have fun reading.
Fair.
And that'll be it. I guess I could move or something like that. I don't want to do any of that.
Okay.
There is a device next to you that's like emitting smoke. It's getting ready to get real smoky up in here.
Alright, I'll wait till it gets smoky. Boom. That's blessed, by the way,
Okay.
for those who need to know.
All right.
Alright, cool, guys.
Warrior's up. The warrior will, the one that is on the lower initiative, will didn't do the thing, but he moves, dashes towards Yenloren. He will not get to
He can
attack.
run, but he can't hide.
And then the initiative will cycle back to the top. So on Broxcar's initiative, the smoke will start billowing, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So the leader will attack. Do one of these. And I'm going to attack each of you once. Go ahead and start from the top and then move down. So dwarf, gnome, undaunted. Against the dwarf, 16. Against the gnome, 20. And against the undaunted, 23.
I knew you were gonna hit me.
Yep.
Alright.
Yeah.
So I pretty much rolled near maximum damage on the dwarf. That's 18 slashing damage. Against the gnome, 16 slashing damage. And against the undaunted, 7 slashing damage.
Nice.
Lucky.
7 plus 12. 19 damage.
I'm technically still not bloodied.
I'm technically.
That's
still
Oh no,
alive.
I'm bloodied. I'm bloodied. I'm bloodied again.
I just dropped my spell, too. Look at that. Concentration rolls a 2.
Bless is
So
no
you
longer.
drop-
Bless.
Bless is
Oh,
gone.
bless. Gotcha.
Hashtag blessed.
Hashtag less.
Hashtag not anymore.
And Kevin,
Not anymore.
and the D4 from Bless wouldn't help you either. 'Cause at most you'd have a 6.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, you're right. It's not going to help me, right?
Nope.
Sam, you're up.
Well, actually, hold on.
Advantage?
Roll the d4 anyway, Kevin. Can he do this?
Well, no, a 1 on a saving throw is an automatic failure.
No,
Oh,
I'm trying to decide whether or not to give my inspiration to him. the reason why I'm
Oh, Trixie.
Oh.
And I want to see what its d4 is
Actually-
before I blow it.
Okay, I'll allow it. It's
So I'm wondering if that's legal.
Yeah,
Alright,
I'll allow
I
it.
have to find the right spot now.
just roll a
Okay.
d4.
I
Just
think-
roll a d4.
How do you do that? Like slash.
Yeah,
slash
click on
roll?
the. You can do that, or you can click on the dice on the left side on the toolbar, and then select d4.
Yeah, but the problem is it's hard for me to do. Hey, somebody else roll it for me. Hey.
You roll
there
it,
you go.
Matt.
You rolled a 1. That's fine.
So don't do it.
It's not worth it. It's not
It's
worth
not
it.
worth it. Just bless. Worry about it. It's a level 1 spell. I could do it again
Alright.
next turn if I needed to.
Now it's Sam's turn. Go ahead.
So since I'm continually abandoned by everyone, I'm going to go down this way. I'm gonna
Everybody
go
hates
down
me.
Here.
He has abandonment issues.
Wait, am I next to the thing or am I still away from it some? Like, how far down is the thing, basically? Chase me and Lauren.
What the? Yeah, it bolted after Yenloren.
Yeah, how far away is it though?
10 feet looks like.
It's on the map, bro. You can't see it?
My thing's not letting me scroll over that direction.
Oh, weird. Yeah, he's 10
Okay,
feet
there we
away.
go. Now I can see it.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go there.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Lightning
am going to Oh, he did.
Okay. So what kind of saving throw?
It is a wisdom saving throw. DC is 15.
Okay, bear with me for 1 second.
No.
So he'll fail. He'll take the 12,
Woohoo!
I believe. Hold on.
Yeah, because. Oh, a second. Which
No,
one?
he'll take the 5. Why is it only rolling?
Damn it!
Well, it's only 1d.
2d12s and a.
It should be 2d12. It's only
Okay, yeah,
showing
there
1.
should be a second d12.
Mhm.
I don't know why it's only one. 9. Man, why are the d12s worse?
Bear with me here for a second. I'm just correcting something. There. Okay. So. All right. Okay. Broxka.
Welcome to blind fighting.
You can move. Can you move it? Yeah. Go ahead and put it wherever. So
You
everything.
see it where it is.
Yep. Everything is obscured. So that means that effectively you have disadvantage on all attack rolls that you make. You can see silhouettes. I mean, you can make attacks, but you have disadvantage. You cannot draw line of sight through or out of or into the fog.
John, question. Wouldn't we also have advantage since they're blinded to us?
No.
And so they cancel out?
It's true.
Is that so? Hold on a second.
Yeah. Where's it at? The rules.
Are we talking about opportunity attacks?
No, it's basically we have the blinded condition in here, correct?
Yeah. Attack rolls against the creature have advantage, and the creature's attack rolls have disadvantage. So
Okay.
if the creature is blinded, then attack rolls against them have advantage.
So yeah, it'll be normal fighting for
The
people
creature,
inside.
it's normal. Yeah.
Woohoo.
The only thing it really does is it cancels out opportunity attack.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nobody from outside can attack either.
Right. Well, I don't know. You're not blinded. but
You can attack
see.
into it. Yeah, but you can't see them, so you'd be shooting blind into it. And at that point, I'd basically just roll a number, a dice that would kind of match up with the number of people in there, and you could randomly shoot your friends.
Alright,
Shoot above 4 feet, you won't hit Gilbert.
Shoot
Right?
I'm gonna take shots at the boss.
What's that?
I'm taking my 2 shots at the boss.
Okay. Miss and hit.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on a second. So I've moved the fog down, so it's now on the bottom. So we shouldn't be. You won't be able to move it anymore, but yeah, shouldn't have to. Okay. Hits, wounds on the second one. As mentioned before, it doesn't seem to be bleeding at all. Okay.
I'll start climbing up the ladder. As
Okay.
far as I can go.
So half speed for you will be 15 feet, and this is 30 feet high, so you're about halfway up. And you're about 5 feet, about 5 feet more, and you'll be out of the fog. Okay. Yen?
Question for the peanut gallery. Do you get disadvantage on ranged spell attacks within 5 feet? Or is that only ranged
Yes.
spell attacks?
Yes.
You do. Joe does not.
Unless you have crossbow expert.
Cool. I'm gonna die, guys.
I'm a coming.
Oh, cool.
Okay. You try to stab him.
Yeah, 12.
Miss.
Guessing misses. Yeah.
Okay. Villette?
Fun. Oh, you started climbing up that ladder, didn't you? Run and hide. The combo between me and Gilbert. Is that me initiating?
If you can read it, then if it's on your item, then it's you initiating.
Okay, cool. All right, I don't necessarily want to do that. I will attack the boss dude, and
Okay.
hopefully hit him.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah, he's gonna parry my stupid attacks again.
Probably.
1, 2.
Hit, miss.
Hit 1.
All right.
Yeah.
So that'll be 22 is the hit, and I will do 10 damage and double mark him with unwavering mark and marking from perception.
Okay, the fog being what it is, you cut into him and you feel like it's a really strong cut. And as you pull the blade away and kind of like move it aside, you hear this kind of sound coming from him, like the humming's changing, and you hear like this sound on the stone. Can't exactly see what it is, but it's you don't feel it splashing.
Oh gosh.
All right, 87 done. Any other things? I think Tim's picking up on what I'm putting down. Ren.
I'm done. I'm gonna stay there and protect my buddies if I can.
Oh shit! Yeah, that's.
Good times.
You're a dick, John.
Ren, Keen Eyes. I love you guys. You guys, you're smart. You're so smart.
I'm gonna move here and take the dodge action.
Okay.
I'm gonna be with you next turn, friend.
So,
I get 35 feet.
okay. Yep, that's fine. I see the angle. That's cool. Okay. You still have a bonus action too. If you wanted to dash, you could get up to him.
No thanks.
Okay.
Thanks.
The truth comes
Gosh,
out.
Nah, dude, I'm just gonna leave. I'm gonna leave the caster out there to take every single
no,
attack.
Real quick.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
Hold on.
But not that much.
Real quick.
Yeah, not that much.
Turnabout is fair play.
Yeah.
So.
Wait, have you been? I'm sorry, Zach. Have you been hit?
No.
He hasn't tried yet. I've been running. I'm out of fucking spells though.
All right.
literally
So
has
as a
been
free
just
action,
stepping
as
away.
as a free action, could I taunt him?
What do you say?
Say, you suck. I don't know. Your mother smells.
That is
Just,
the best
oh,
song
I
I've ever
see
heard.
Ren running up. You suck. I don't know.
Real quick.
See, it's very rich Ren, right?
As you guys are engaging and fighting, just across the street, you hear kind of a rustling sound, and you look across and you see an older, like, lady kind of standing over like an old barrel that's kind of got a fire going in it. And she looks over and she goes, "Oh, got him!"
I need
Yeah.
Sam and Zach for all of my taunts.
You need to work on your
Look at
insults.
that.
One thing.
Yeah. Sorry. I
I
don't like you very much.
Gilbert, you're not very nice.
Your mom.
Hey, Brockscar.
Hold on a second, guys.
Guess
Yeah.
what? Joe, guess what I think the unintended consequence of you casting a spell? I'm gonna cast healing now, but I think I have to see you to cast it on you. So I think you're gonna be this, you're not gonna be included, I think. But wait, if John left,
Okay, go ahead,
John?
Gilbert.
John, I want to cast mass healing word, but I won't be able to see Brockscar in the fog, will I?
You're actually blinded right now.
If they're not really adjacent to you, I'm not going to allow you to see anything.
Yeah. So I could cast it on myself and Valette, but I couldn't include Brockscar, so that's a bummer, but oh well. Shit happens.
Yeah, I'd allow for like, I mean, again, technically you are blinded,
Yeah.
but
You
But
guys
I know
should
he
get
talks
out
to me.
with the big guy. That's what I think.
Yeah.
Whatever you gotta do.
This is a bonus action, so I won't get attacked with my little flying thing, which has been pretty good lately, but
Okay.
that's okay. This is more important. I gotta keep Valette alive so Valette can keep me alive. It's a symbiotic relationship,
roll a dice.
right? Let's do this. Alright, boom. It's gonna be level 3, submit. Let's do this. Roll 20. Come on. Oh crap. What is that?
It only rolled 1d4, but the spell is level 3, so never mind. Both of you gain 6
Yeah.
hit points back. And then you still have a...
Why is that? It should be a D4 plus my wisdom. It should be more than that, shouldn't it?
2 plus
You're-
4, 6.
Yeah.
Alright, fine. We each get 6. That sucks.
And you still have your action, and you can still move. As has been mentioned a couple of times, everything's blinded,
Yeah.
so nothing draws opportunity
Yeah.
attacks for movement.
I know, I don't care though. I'm hanging in here with my buddy Valette. I'm gonna attack that guy with Crane Beak, and we are going to kick some
Bring it.
ass. Bring it. Alright, let's do this. Now that I said that, I'll probably miss, but I gotta get over to the right spot. Alright. Crane Beak, Let's do this, baby.
That'll hit.
People at home, I rolled a 24.
Whoop, whoop.
Damage.
I'm hot, man. Cranebeak has hit every time, I think. Well, close to it. It's only 8. It's not 8 plus 8 because the 8's further.
As you kind of recoil the pick away from the creature after hitting a squishy kind of feeling thing and pull it back away, it feels like there's something kind of stuck on the end of it, and when you look, it seems to be like a fist-sized like thickness and kind of like about maybe 8 inches long, just worm that's squirming about on the edge of your pick. It has a very nasty-looking mouth, like a leech, and it's just kind of bleeding like bright red blood all over the place.
Crush it.
Oh man, I'm just gonna like crush it on the ground.
All right,
I gotta get rid of that thing.
goes to the cool guys.
I mean, that thing's, your friend. It just wants to be your friend. It wants to know you better.
Yeah, right. In the
All right.
biblical sense, probably.
No,
worm
not in
wants
the
to go
biblical sense.
inside
No,
me.
in a different sense. It does want to be inside of you, though. Yes.
Okay,
Yeah, see, that's what I mean. That's the biblical sense.
we're going to Flavor.
No, not in the biblical sense.
We're going to Flavor Town, just around the corner over here with Yen Lauren, Fietti, and also the Goliath. So Yen Lauren, as you stabbed at him with your hidden blade, for Flavor, the Goliath basically blocked it by grabbing your wrist and kind of pulling your hand away. It looks directly into your eyes and says, "Surrender the shard." It starts kind of like twisting your hand away from it and kind of looking at the staff as if it's going to reach to grab for it. Yeah, make an opposed check, either acrobatics, dexterity acrobatics, or strength athletics.
17.
Okay. You manage to nimbly move your hand out of the way and kind of spin around with the cloak, kind of furling all the colors in his face as you back away. And then again, for Flavor, you can go ahead and move 5 feet if you'd like. All right. The warrior in the fog and this leader, understanding the situation as it stands, the leader will
Die? Give up?
oh, sorry, I apologize. Gilbert, you hit him last. Can you do me a favor and roll me a d6?
A D6.
Oh.
If I roll a 6, do I get like something special? We'll find out. Hold on. What's going on here? How come it's not... Oh, sorry. It's lagging. There we
It's
go.
okay.
Boom.
Thank you.
6. I got a 6.
These
I got something
recharges
special.
today, am I right?
Oh, man.
All right.
I charged him. Wait, didn't I hit him and that little thing came out of time?
Yeah. So just a real quick out of character note: your hits, when I have said that, they seem to be not wounding as much. The crits don't seem to be doing as much. He's immune to crits, first off, so as you've noticed. That's the lore behind that. And then he seems to be using a Goliath feature, which allows him to resist damage when dealt. But it seems that he's a better Goliath than real Goliath, and that he can keep on doing it for 3 charging.
Nice. I just realized it's son of a gun.
It's cool.
If I'd known that.
Well, he's gonna beat the crap out of... You're really the biggest problem right now, Cleric.
Well, I don't blame it. Blame him, That's true. I've hit him a couple times.
19, 24, and crit.
John, quick question. This is the leader that's attacking him?
Yeah, sorry, apologies. Go ahead.
Oh, he's marked. Unless he wants to do, what they call that, disadvantage.
Well,
Right?
yeah, the unwavering mark, while it is within 5 feet of you, a creature marked by you has disadvantage on any attack roll that doesn't target you.
Okay, so 19, 19, and 19.
Dang!
Fuck.
It was 19, 26, 24, 19, and 27, 19.
Oh, man.
So,
Alright, I will take my attack from Sentinel, though,
Okay.
to attack him.
I'm not
On the
sure I'll be
bright side,
alive
you can't
after
move
this.
anymore.
And I will use my inspiration to make that a crit, 27, for a total of 25 damage.
all right.
Nice.
He
Nice.
seems to
Way kill
resist
me for it.
it. Let's see. Hold on a second. Oh, nice. Yep, he seems to resist quite a bit of it. So,
Dang.
luckily, I just recharged that ability.
Now that I crit, am I possible to use the under advanced abilities checks intimidation, the terrifying blow? Whenever I yell critical, you can take
Nobody
the
can see
demoralize
you.
action.
Nobody can see it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh well. You can hear and see. Gotcha. My bad. I'm trying, guys.
It's okay. So damage, I'm just gonna pile it onto you there, Gilbert. Do you
Pile it
want
on.
the max total, or do you have any reactions that are gonna stop it?
Unfortunately, I do not have any reactions that are going to stop.
Okay,
it,
I'll just save
so
us the
I'm
math.
basically just
You're
gonna die.
down. You're at 0 hit points. 14, 9, and 18 was the damage
And
totals.
my spiritual weapon goes shoop,
Oh, it remains.
disappear.
Yeah,
oh,
it just
remains?
sits there and does nothing.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're right.
it's just
It won't
floating in
do
the air.
because
John,
it's not
I'm so
concentration.
disappointed in your rolls. If you'd rolled a 10, you would have had 42 damage total. As it is, it's only 41.
That's a sad day.
Only 41, John.
Well, that's not the answer.
Tim, did your attack hit?
Yeah.
Well, now I'd say run, guys.
The other one
I
will
can't heal anybody.
attack Villette.
Wait, who rolls attack? What?
17 misses, right? Yeah, you're
Correct.
in Heavy Armor Man. Okay, that's it for them. So, Sam.
Alright, so having no idea what's going on in the serious cloud of mist that has suddenly developed over there, I am going to do something extremely stupid. Kids, don't do this at home. I am running forward, I'm going to use my one charge, and I'm going to stab this guy using Selena. Don't know if this will work, but hey, what's the worst that could happen?
What's with all this knife fighting?
A
from the
natural
wizard?
Wow.
20.
Yep.
Nice.
So it will actually do the. Go ahead and click the damage.
Times 3, right?
Just click the damage.
There we go.
Yep, but the your crit damage is maximized, so it'll be 12 for the crit, and then 14 for the regular. So that'll be a total of. What did I just
26?
say? 26. Yep.
12 and 14.
Yeah, and I add my spell attack damage, or the spell modifier to the damage too, right?
Spell casting ability modifier. So it should be plus your intelligence modifier.
Okay,
Oh.
so it's plus 4.
Okay, so it should
So
be
3
3 less.
times which.
So let me make a correction to my sheet then.
Pockets makes me so proud. This dagger is amazing.
What a good guy. That will do a thing though. So Yen Lauren, he's kind of facing off against you, and you see like kind of a green tuft of hair kind of snap in. I assume like yelling out with a battle cry. And he kind of stabs into the
Die,
back.
you motherfucking piece of shit!
You watch as a blade juts out of its chest, and a bunch of these like pretty thick-sized creatures start falling out of a hole that pops out of the chest and slam onto the stone, kind of splatting with like a sickening thud. They kind of move on the ground, but they're not really like. It's gross, to be sure, but it seems to be the case that this Goliath is filled with them.
And I'm just shouting profanities like, "Why your mother kept the afterbirth instead of the child, we'll never know!"
Oh, see, that's how you do it.
Oh damn!
You suck, or
Ren's
whatever.
like taking notes, keeping track. This is how I want to do it. Prox, you're about 15 feet shy of the roof.
Yeah, I'll use my movement to finish climbing to the roof,
Okay.
and I need to take a turn to reload. So that's one.
Okay. All right. I assume you're crouching down to kind of get some cover from the roof edge, right?
Yes.
Okay. Not like you can see
That's
anything down there, anyways. All right.
I was in there long enough to see Gilbert go down. I just can't do anything about it.
Right.
Told him 3 rounds in a row to fucking move.
Yeah, the plan did not go as it should have. Brock Scar's done. Yen Lauren, you're up.
Gonna shoot this guy in the face a bunch.
Okay. That'll hit.
14 and 15 force damage. Total of 29.
So you shoot into his face, and the first shot you hear kind of like a splashing and a breaking sound as the cheek rips off, and you see kind of a worm start to dangle out. The second shot hits it in the chest and bursts through, narrowly like missing Sam, and a bunch of worms spill out the back end and kind of slap against Sam. These nasty-looking grubs, gross. They smell foul too. It smells like a corpse. And yeah, he's still standing. Valette,
Alright.
you are aware of...
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm also going to back up a little bit. Too.
Oh, for sure. Of course.
Fuck that.
You are aware that Lord Kurgosler has fallen?
And he might not want to stand.
All right. Upon being aware of that, I shall spend a charge to activate. What is the special ability called? Paladin's Judgment. And take a singular swing with Judgment.
Yep.
I rolled a 20. I rolled an 11.
Yes, you did.
It'll
It'll miss.
15 hit. You are blessed.
No, he's not. Bless
yeah,
that.
that's
Bless
right.
that kid.
Failure of concentration, and the gnome is unconscious.
He's also down, yes. So Judgment still does... Paladin's Judgment, the activated feature for the weapon Judgment, still does a thing, though.
So, yes, so whether I hit or miss, a single allied creature within 30 feet of me, Gilbert, can immediately spend a single hit dice and regain hit points as if they completed a short rest.
Yep. So when he gets back, we'll let him know that he is not dead.
Yay! I did a thing!
Do you wish to remain in position where you are?
Well, you know what? Let's just move over to here, so I'm not immediately in. No, I'm gonna stay where I am at, so they can't attack Gilbert. Less likely to, at least.
Okay.
I'm gonna die, guys, but it's okay.
Ren, you're up.
So the one that's standing in front of Stam is still standing, right?
Yeah, it's got a lot of holes in it and a lot of grubs coming out of it, but it's still standing.
Okay, we'll attack it. Say, you suck.
Or you look at Sam and you're like,
The battle cry of red.
Ditto.
And I'm going to assume that misses.
Well, he said times 2. 14 will hit.
Oh, lovely. And then we'll do sneak attack.
Okay.
So it's the 6 plus 12 is 18, and then we'll do the dagger. I assume that's a...
Can I drop my inspiration so that he can use that?
But yeah, you
critical? All right, cool.
So it's the critical would be 8 plus.
Yep, no worries. Here we go. So this is what happens. You rush forward with the first dagger and stab into its shoulder and kind of tear off to the side. The flesh kind of just peels off of the grubs inside, just like a balloon breaking off of water. Have you ever watched like slow-mo guys or something? It's just you're just peeling the skin clean off of the nasty things inside. And then you reach out with the next dagger and kind of stab it in the stomach. And the second you do, the rest of the flesh starts to just pull away from it, and all the grubs just start spilling out onto the ground, taking form in kind of a swarm block right there in front of you.
Yeah, I'm going to walk away from them.
Okay, I'll take an opportunity attack with my swarm.
No, you don't.
You said, oh...
Because I have cunning action, and I could do that.
Well, you didn't say you did. You said you walked away.
Oh, but...
That's fine. Cunning action.
Wait, doesn't cunning action take a bonus action?
Oh, yeah, you...
No.
Yes, it does. It does.
It does. Fine.
Sorry.
That's okay. You're going to try to attack me? Okay, yeah. Okay, I'm still going to walk away.
That's fine. Let me make sure I can. I think swarms have a range of 0. Hold on.
Yeah, you have 10 temporary hit points that you somehow got and I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
He used you.
It was good for me, though.
Hilarious.
Yeah, my reach is 0, so I don't take opportunity attacks.
Nah, you suck.
It's alright. Okay, so next up is Gilbert.
I'm excited. I get a roll death saving throw, right?
No, you get to roll a
Hit dice.
hit die.
As if you took a
I
short
healed
rest.
you for 1 hit die.
Ooh,
So
you healed me. All right,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get back in this fight.
Did you roll your hit
I
dice?
wasn't holy. I'm going to. I just rolled it. What happened, gentlemen?
You gained
you got a
3.
3.
3. 3 is better than 0. I'm happy.
And judge,
Thank you.
you might see the gleam of judgment just sort of there, in case.
I'm like, don't judge me.
Hawk nods in disapproval. Alright. What are you doing there, Kevin?
I'm taking the X off my character. Can I actually do a real thing now that?
You were healed on his turn, not yours.
Oh, so I'm still prone though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sounds accurate.
I think. Wait a minute. Can I actually move now without an opportunity attack because I'm in the fog?
Prone, but you can. You can stand up or crawl.
I'll stand up.
Long and short of it is you're making it half your speed away. Your speed's what, 35?
35, but I get 15. That's because of that travel domain.
You get
Get
20.
at home, you should try that.
Round up. 20.
20. Sweet. I'll move 25, 10, 15, 20, and then can I bonus action move my sword? Or I have to see him to do
2,
that,
3,
right?
4, 5, 6. I do not know regarding spiritual weapon. Let me check.
Actually, can I use spiritual weapon while I'm still standing next to him as a bonus action, then move as my move? I think I can. If you go by strictly the letter of the law. Ooh, what'd I hit stealth for? I
Yeah.
accidentally hit that.
It doesn't say that it has to be a creature that you can see, so you can just swing. It's fine.
I'll swing away. Come on, spiritual weapon. For people at home, I just rolled a 19 on my spiritual weapon. Damage-wise, that's... let's go, buddy. Click this. It's not going. 10 force damage. Wow. I feel like John Wick a little bit, man.
You are crushing it on the rolls.
I am crushing it. All right, but anyways, for barely being alive. So that's what I'm going to do for my turn.
Okay.
I got out of there.
The leader will smash Follette.
Yep, that's a thing.
Oh, smash!
Alright, 23, 23, and 22.
They all hit. Give me that juicy total.
Would have been nice. I wish
40 points of damage.
now you're down.
It'd be in the increments 15, 11, 14, if that matters.
It really doesn't.
So what's Tim's health?
Oh, I
X.
forgot. The rock grubs actually go on 3.
We're doing good, guys. We're doing good.
So
We got this.
Hey,
We got one down.
Valette helped save her ally. She's happy as she goes unconscious.
The,
I should have touched tips with you. That'd have been great.
the rock grubs.
Yeah, that's what I was hoping for.
I wasn't thinking about it.
It's all good.
Okay, so the swarm of these like parasites, kind of, or whatever they are, move into the same square as Sam, and I will attack you with the bites. 18 hits.
Yeah, because I've got like 13 AC right now.
Okay. Roll a d4 for me real quick.
That does not bode well. It's a 1.
Okay. One of them actually starts burrowing into your calf and actually gets into your flesh. Take 4 points of
I know what
damage.
these guys are.
Take 4 points of damage.
Yep.
Yeah, it is infesting you.
Oh, I know. I know what these guys are.
Delicious is what
They're
that
not-
is.
They're not the intellect of ours, but I know exactly what they are.
Mm-hmm.
I don't.
You're going
They sound
with,
nasty.
Okay,
Yeah,
then
no,
the
you're going with Mordenkainen's, I think. If,
Bolos, I think, for this one.
or
Yeah,
Bolos. I remember which one of those.
Yeah.
I know which one it is,
they're
basically.
they're delicious. The other one that's
Yeah, deliciously creepy.
the other one that is not the leader. The other one in the fog will actually move out of the fog. in the direction of the shard. From your vantage point up high, Joe, you can see him exit the fog to the south, and he'll take the dash action to make it to Ren. He cannot take an attack. And that's it for the 20s. Sam.
Just so that more of these things don't creepily infest me, I'm going to... I don't know. Do they count as like a swarm?
They do.
Okay. You know what? Fuck it. I'm going to... Andy, I'm sorry. I did mention that you should probably not stand next to me, but, you know. Oh well.
Boom.
Hilarious.
Make a Constitution saving throw, Andy.
Hey, Lenyorn!
Are you taking one of them with you?
What? One of what?
You can.
Oh wait, I can
You could take Ren.
I can take Ren with me. Yeah, I'll take Ren with me.
So he doesn't die.
Fuck yeah, that's
I
good.
forgot about that.
Alright.
That makes Thunderstep so awesome.
The swarm is basically obliterated as all these rock grubs from your position just splatter all over the wall, except for the one in your leg.
Yeah, I know.
We'll have to cut it off.
Yeah.
This is good. We're dividing and conquering. It's all good.
Alright, Proxcar. You have pretty clear line of sight on the one that's down the road.
Yeah,
And
the
you
one that
s-
ran out of the fog.
You would have seen Gilbert exit the fog as well on your left side. You have Overwatch position, so you're basically able to see pretty much everything except for where Valette is.
I'll take 2 shots at the guy that ran out of the fog.
Okay. Hit.
13 total.
Nice.
Solid shots. Kind of hits him in the back as he's running towards that direction. He doesn't seem to be terribly phased by it.
And as a free action, I'll yell, Valette, get out of there! I know.
Yeah, Muller.
Do I recognize those grubs?
You can make an Arcana check.
Arcana intelligence?
Let's go with Arcana Intelligence or Intelligence Religion. Either or.
26.
Rock grubs. They are a very nasty kind of creature. It's a beast, effectively. They have a hankering for burrowing into creatures and devouring them. They don't typically function like this, though, in that the swarm that just came out of that creature seems to have been like everything that was inside of the creature and was operating the body to function, like kind of replacing where the muscles were around the skeleton. From what you can see of the now broken apart Goliath, you've never seen that happen. But then you think about it for a second, and you remember that one of the demon princes of the Shedem, Humbaba, the demon prince of gluttony, rock grubs are kind of like his totem. Parasites, leeches, anything that hungers and devours. Not so much like parasites, but anything that devours, like these creatures appear to do.
I've got a question. Does he know like how to get them out of like a friend's body?
With
Fire.
26.
Fire.
Fire.
Burn
How
it.
much fire?
Burn it before it gets in, and once it's in, you need some effect that would cure a disease. 1 point of fire damage would kill it.
We need a cleric.
Yeah, I can't do
And
anything.
it needs to be no. It will go fully in. Like I said, it was entering. It's burrowing now. It will go
So I can hit it with 1 point of fire damage right now?
if you can. Yeah, it'll kill the rot grub.
Okay. I've got this auto torch thing on me.
Okay.
Can I just like
Yeah.
hold the torch up to the thing and burn it?
So basically, you're not
Or if
targeting.
not, then
Yeah, you're not targeting the grub. You're targeting him. So what I will allow you to do, since you did roll a critical hit, you can roll minimum damage on the damage roll. So click the damage for auto torch. So it would be 2. 2 is minimum damage.
That's a good thing.
Cool.
Oh no, apologies. You crit. No, minimum damage is still 2. 2 it is. So yeah,
Do I also take 2 damage?
you are the only one taking the 2 damage. Yeah, he's burning your flesh.
Is the rot grub dead though?
Yeah, and not
Okay.
inside of you.
You're welcome.
What the fuck was that for?
Thanks.
Valette, death
Just
saving
to
throw.
say, he did just burn my leg. Don't worry, I'll appreciate it in the end.
Just not right now. Valette, death saving throw.
Oh, I also am moving the fuck away from him
Of course.
because I learned that.
And I rolled an 11.
Okay, good save. Ren,
Um,
you want to use your combat intuition?
can I do that?
Yeah, you've seen these guys fighting now.
So it's combat. Okay, it's insight. Right.
Yep. So, wisdom insight check against a creature that you can see that isn't incapacitated, and against my charisma deception. Okay, roll your insight. Okay, you beat my 3. So yeah, you will have advantage on your attack rolls against this specific creature for 1 minute.
Oh, that is so. So is that an action?
Bonus action.
As a bonus action, okay. I'm gonna go move in front of Sam, and I'll take the dodge action.
Okay, that was insightful fighting. It's a 3rd level feature of the Rogue Inquisitive Roguish archetype. All right, Ren, good times. Gilbert, you're up.
All right. I will
What's so funny?
move back in here because I fear
Discord.
Colette got knocked out. Then I would attack with the spiritual weapon as a bonus action. Spiritual weapon. You know what I was wishing, people? I was wishing I had prepared Spirit Guardians, but I noticed I had not. So that was
Darn
a
it.
bummer. I know that's a good spell.
It's a
I'll
great
do
spell.
it next time.
That's a really good spell.
It's all good, man.
All right, spiritual weapon probably misses with
Yeah.
the 14 and a 23. Can I use my inspiration to take the 23?
Thought you already used your inspiration, didn't you?
Nope, somebody else used it.
2
Somebody
people
else
have used
theirs.
inspiration.
I still
I've
have
used
mine,
inspiration on my attack.
and so did Sam.
Okay,
Yeah,
so Matt and Tim are out of inspiration. So yeah, you can go ahead, Kevin.
I'll use it. All right, sweet. And then I rolled damage-wise for the people at home. I know there's lots of people at home. 9 force damage, right
Okay.
into that son of a gun. That
Roll.
Nine.
does it?
Roll a d6.
Oh no! Last time I rolled a stinking 6.
Well,
All right, this time.
I'll explain. I'm using the ability. It's going to have to need a recharge. But yeah,
Oh, I
you guys are killing
rolled a
it. That's the 3rd recharge roll in a roll, and they've rolled a 6.
Yeah, I know. It's the second one I've done.
He doesn't appear to take any damage from the spiritual weapon.
You son of a bitch. Then, that was my bonus action. As
Mhm.
an action, I'm going to cure wounds on
Valette.
my fallen friend there.
Yay!
A
Rock.
tear could have dropped from my eye and hit her as I, cry.
Okay. While you're rolling that, I'll go ahead and move to the next step. Warrior.
Goes to 14. 14 hit points.
Oh.
Or left.
Nice. I'll take it.
Wasn't half bad.
Okay. He will actually just move 35 because that's his speed. And once he gets to there, it looks like he is readying an action. All right, and then it'll go to. Oh well, it's actually on 20 for both of them because the one that was on 3 is dead. The leader will. Let's see. Prone target or cleric. I can't see them, so I actually
Obviously, go for the warlock.
I don't know they're there.
Go for the warlock here.
It does make a lot of sense. Thanks. Yeah, I'm gonna go for the warlock. No. I'm gonna roll a perception check with the creature to see if I can even notice that Valette has been brought back to life. We'll go with a TN of, or sorry, a DC of Gilbert. Your spell save DC.
It is 15. Did you hear that? 15?
Yeah. Okay. So doesn't even notice that the spell has been cast to heal it, and doesn't even really know that you're back in the cloud, so it's going to just move away and dash towards the shard. Valette, you are prone, but you are conscious. You can technically take a opportunity attack.
Blinded.
That's right. That's right. Thank you. Ooh.
Oh,
Okay, so yeah, he bolts around the corner. It said 75, but that was because I angled it weird. It's 70. And then it will be Sam. Oh, when he comes around the corner, he's spilling lots of grubs, by the way. This one is cut up quite a bit.
Right. Okay, I'm targeting the leader with this, because fuck it. That's a 12. Damn it. I forget, does something happen if I miss? Probably not.
I don't know.
No.
Okay, that's what I thought.
A roiling burst
I'm out
of
for level spells.
flame goes firing off in that direction. It hits the warehouse wall behind him and actually leaves this massive just ignition through the hole. But these are kind of derelict warehouses anyways. You see a couple of stragglers, or squatters rather, kind of move away from the destruction point. Alright. Any
I
movement?
was really confused because when I first read that, I thought it was an area attack. I'm like,
No.
that's a really good area attack.
It's too strong for that. No. He casts a spell Banefire, which is a spell that you'll see in my upcoming DM's Guild submission called Gathering Magic. Should be released by the end of the month. Anywho, it's a big miss though. Anyway, did you move at all?
I'm going to just, move this way. Sorry, I was
Okay.
fixing things so that I'm not.
I assume
Stop standing next to me.
you give him give Ren as he kind of takes the heroic position forward. You give him a good pat on the
trying to
shoulder.
help defend you, you numbskull.
You give Ren a good pat on the shoulder and says, "You got him." And then
you got both of them.
Broxgar.
Yeah, it's just sort of like, you can handle this. They suck.
You still have a bead on the leader. He hasn't gone around the corner yet.
I will use 1 point of grit for Deadeye shot and take my 2 shots out. I'll only gain advantage
On the first one. That'll hit. That second one will miss.
Does a 15 hit?
No.
Okay. It's just 8 damage.
Alright. When you hit him, he falls to the ground. And kind of like when he hits, you see his spine, or what you think is his spine, just break open. And a bunch of rot grubs start kind of just oozing out of him and kind of like moving in the direction he was going.
Alright. That's gross.
Alright, and then it goes to Yenlor.
Move into there.
Run!
And I am, if any of them come into my line of sight, I'm just going to fire a bunch of Eldritch Blasts.
Okay. Let's see. Turn 7 of this. Okay. 87.
All right, I shall stand up and
Charge.
I assume your vision of like outside of the fog is kind of like you're in a Nintendo 64 game and you're looking off in the distance. You get what I'm saying? Like you can see the buildings, but you can't see
Right.
the building. Okay.
None of the textures on
None
the
of the
map.
textures have loaded.
I will move 15 feet towards the direction I think I heard it go.
Okay.
And I shall use my overcharger ability and overcharge Constitution
Okay.
to gain 2d6 temporary hit points.
All right. Red.
Nice.
Yep. Yeah.
I got 11.
So,
Nice.
Ren will move here. I'm going to use my second and last charge of the to be able to attack twice and get 2 sneak attacks if I hit twice.
Okay.
Nice.
Hit.
21. 22 total for that first attack.
Second attack.
26.
And damage.
Nice.
Not so 22 plus 20.
Yep. You cut into him again with Katsushin just tearing him apart, and bits of him are kind of falling to the ground, and the grubs are kind of spilling out all over the place. It's disgusting.
So that I haven't used my bonus action. So I'm going
correct.
to do cunning action and
Just disengage. Back away. That makes sense.
a bit right in front of Sam.
Okay. Gilbert,
All right.
you see Valette kind of trailing off away from you into the fog.
Yep. I'm going to have my spiritual weapon follow her.
20
Because she's
feet.
going where the action is. 5, 10, 15, 20. Just kind of go in the off and
Mm-hmm.
diagonal direction, right down there. And then I'm going to move 5, 10, 15, 20. I can only move half speed through this fog, right?
No, you move full speed.
Oh. Alright. 25, 30. So I could move
Touch.
that's 30 all the way down to there.
No, bolted past you.
I pulled it past you. Sorry,
Darn
I
it.
don't see you very well. Then I'll go down here.
Okay.
So that's a total of 35 movement. So that's my move. My bonus action was to move this sword. My action will be to cast healing on myself because I'm coming up on some action. So level 2 cure wounds.
Okay.
That's what I'll do. That's it. And then I'm gonna wait for Valette to catch up with me.
You see the body of the leader kind of laying on the ground and breaking open as you breach the fog, and you see the worms kind of like stand up on their hind ends and kind of move their faces, or rather they're just their maws towards you, all kind of opening up in like a sound. Then you see them kind of stop
not good.
and all kind of shut their faces effectively, and then they all kind of like turn their direction downwards and slither down into what appears to be a storm drain.
Oh man, can I shoot him at the last second?
No.
No, bummer.
Sam.
I say you got away this time, worms.
I'm just going to ready an action to cast.
Oh, sorry, not Sam. It's still the other guy. You hear what sounds to be just like a horrifyingly sickening sound of just flesh being peeled apart. And yeah, that's it.
That's funny.
Sam, you're up.
Yeah, I'm backing up a little bit more again, just
Okay.
because, you know,
Rockstar.
why necessarily be. No, wait, I'm not done yet.
Oh, sorry, go
And
ahead.
then I'm readying an action to toll the dead if I see anyone,
Rockstar.
like any enemy, not obviously.
What's that car doing?
It's just sitting there. It's your car.
Oh, that's our car.
Yeah.
Well,
It's
that
just
makes
cars.
sense.
Oh.
I have nothing.
What's that car doing?
I
I'm trusted.
It's the
Car
boss.
looks suspicious.
It's a big
It's got a
token.
large token, man.
I'm scared.
We'll just keep an eye out.
Fair. Yeah, Lauren.
Don't trust it.
I'm gonna move to there and maintain my vigilance with Eldritch Blast.
Spillette.
I shall move. Well, that's nifty 50 counter. That's 30 feet. I can just get to him. Yaha! Yatta! I'll. Do I still hear the sounds of battle going on?
No, you hear what sounds like really nasty, kind of just ripping of flesh, breaking of bone from around the corner.
I won't touch tips then because might as well save it in case we have another fight today. And I shall run to see what's going on.
Okay. So I think this is the first time you've actually seen this situation. You haven't seen them really, but you see a bunch of these nasty things basically coming out of a skin, chewing apart the flesh and basically breaking apart the bone in their massive kind of lamprey-like maws. It's very disgusting, but it looks like they've kind of just gone feral.
Interesting.
Yep.
Fun.
Well, I was right about it being a hive mind, I would like to point out.
Basically. Alright. So yeah, that'll end initiative. I'm leaving it to you. Tell me what happens.
Is everyone okay?
Oh, the fog clears in a couple of turns.
You just hear Sam still screaming profanity in the distance.
Wait, where do I hear the profanity coming from? Over here?
To the north, yeah.
Yeah, where Sam is. Right here-ish.
Oh, see, I didn't know that. I couldn't see you guys.
I say that we need to get out of here. We should regroup and discuss what happened.
Are there any more of those worms anywhere?
Yeah, Lauren's already leaving. I'm fucking off. I don't want to be here anymore.
Gilbert.
Wait, let's go.
Oh, where's the car? Yeah.
You're way back here.
Yeah, there's still a bunch of them just eating the crap out of the.
I'm gonna start
Oh,
cantrip.
I was gonna say,
like,
can I just
Ray
like
or
countless
Sacred
cantrips?
Flame
Yeah.
blasting them.
As you start to do
I
it,
was going to.
they
just-
kind of freak
Yeah,
and they
no.
bolt for the storm drain and escape.
And then I'm gonna
Firebolt.
blast the storm drain too. I don't want them getting away.
Yeah. 27 for my firebolt.
You guys shoot a bunch of them,
I'm sure I hit at least one of them.
and they still like it. Again, it's yep,
Oh yeah. I'm not counting that I'm going to get all of them. I'm just saying,
yep,
The only good rock grub is a dead grub.
Yeah.
yeah. It's just like that scene. All right. Then what happens?
I'm driving to the nearest tavern.
You're just stealing the car.
Listen,
All right.
Just all pile in.
I'm starting the car and I'm assuming everyone else is getting in quickly. If they don't get in quickly, I'm leaving without them. Like, young Lauren is a broken man right now, and you don't understand. Like, he's not saying anything. He just beeline straight to the car, head down. He turned it on, and now I'm driving to a bar.
Yep. Just as you're turning the car over and you're kind of sitting there and the staff's next to you, its light kind of pulses back to it, and you hear a, what was that? Oh.
dang it, we almost got rid of Carter.
Oh man, I don't. Y'all don't understand.
No, we don't.
Who,
You are correct, sir.
Yin Lauren, who might be coming after you? Do you have any idea?
I do not know,
The
but
others,
I need a drink.
the others start to pile into the car at this point, and you guys are going to head off. Where are you going to?
In a
I'm
bar.
finding the first fucking bar.
Tavern Lane's not too far away.
Goddamn right. Let's find a place to park this thing, and then once I get half a bottle of whatever they give me and me, I will answer questions.
Where?
Sam will buy him the strongest thing possible. He
Please.
seems to need it.
Which of the bars that were present do you want to go to? Or does it not matter?
Doesn't matter.
The closest one.
Something that's gonna give me a bottle of this world's equivalent of strong whiskey.
How about the fancy rock grub? That'd be a good one.
So Tavern Lane, let's see. I would say, I mean, the one that you're most familiar with would be the Shark Red Dragon. That one was one you've been to, and one you're familiar with. Does that sound fine, or do you want to?
Great. That's perfect.
Okay. Yeah, Lauren parks near Tavern Lane, walks through, and heads into the Red Dragon. Anybody else following him, or
I mean,
Yeah.
I'll go with them.
Sure, why
but,
not?
I mean, I won't be drinking.
Yeah.
I think it's
Yeah,
the best
so-
plan.
Okay, it's about midday at this point, or about early, just before afternoon, because you guys started off pretty early. So there aren't many people present, but there's the barkeep, and then there's also the bugbear, Blackguard, who's present. Kind of looks over at you, kind of gives you a confused one of those, and a couple of other people, just traveler types, look like they're just passing through, and they've got warm meals in front of them. They're together, two of them.
So,
Bark.
and Lauren is drinking. Who's driving?
Oh, he's gonna
Okay,
drive.
yeah,
He'll be
Lauren
fine.
drove to the place where he can get drunk, and then we're going to get him back into the car to drive us home.
Do you think?
Exactly.
He'll be
Do you think
fine.
they have breathalyzers here, buddy? Like we're gonna
Yeah,
be okay.
Come on,
I think we're good.
this is fine. He'll have this.
Do you not hear this accent? Drive drunk is what we do.
with dash cam?
Okay, don't
No,
do this.
It's
I'm
true.
watching at home.
Dash cam is fine. It's all on camera. We get it is be safe.
Oh, we gotta get somewhere. Let's just drive into the river.
Is okay. Is car float on river? Cause car float on tires. Tires fill with air. Air float on water. Therefore, car drive on water.
This is flawless
Okay,
logic.
this is
I
gonna be
am.
great.
So, anyways,
Yeah, as I said, Sam will buy him the strongest thing that he wants.
the barkeep will get you a beverage. Dwagar whiskey seems good enough for your intent.
Great. I imagine he like puts the bottle down, puts a glass down, puts another glass down, and yet Lauren grabs the bottle.
Yeah.
And like John Belushi in Animal House just chugs half of it straight down, like no stops, just and gets about halfway and then puts it back down on the bar.
You're told that the bottle will be 10 gold pieces.
Okay, that's expensive, but sure. I'll see if I have 10 gold pieces. I do have at least 10 gold pieces. There we go.
You also notice that as he's saying that, he's now setting out the glasses that you were supposed to pour them the drink into.
I am now slightly a lot poorer. That was about half of my wealth, guy.
I think he knew that. That's the point.
You're still richer than I am.
And now that
Not
I've
by
had
much.
my half of this bottle that I needed to get over what just happened, I will pour out the glasses for everyone else to have a bit.
Okay.
If you're gonna have some after I just wrapped my mouth around this thing and fucking deep throated it.
It's alcohol. It's sterile.
Yeah, it's alcohol.
Yen
like
Lauren, what happened? What did you experience?
I'm just staring at the bottle right now. I'm not even angry. I'm impressed.
These weapons that we carry, inside them, I tell you, they have spirit, yes?
Yes, you did mention that.
I felt mine leave. Is very disturbing.
Did it say anything?
Only pain. Only noise of pain.
What about these creatures would have allowed them to affect an embodied spirit?
There is Demon Prince. He is, how you say, patron of his grub. I believe we have gotten ourselves involved in some very, very high powers.
I mean, of course we have. We're facing off against the conglomerate. Where do you think they get their powers from? Probably in
Hey.
league with this fucker.
is possible, but you draw a conclusion too early.
No, this is based off of hard fact that I heard through a friend of mine.
Well, we connect dots when I say we connect those dots. For now, we take breath, we take stock, and we finish bottle.
Cheers to that. And I just take a swig straight from the bottle, ignoring the glass in front of me.
Great.
I paid for the bottle.
That's fair.
Okay. Again, I'm leaving it up to you guys. We really don't.
Yeah,
have
I don't know if anyone's gonna press me any further than that. Cause, like, who cares if your fucking weapon edge died, right? That doesn't seem like it'd break a person. That's okay.
I feel like this is out of Valette's area of expertise, so not sure what to ask.
Is it though? Aren't you a magic user? Didn't you
Not
work for the
one bit.
conglomerate?
Yep.
That's
I was
fair.
their anti-magic division, as
That's
in
fair.
I don't use magic.
Sam's got
think
the
you would
emotional
know
depth
it,
of a thimble.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Honestly, like the magic inside your weapon dying is the result he's gunning for, or she's gunning for. So.
Yeah. Fair. Alright, that's cool. We're gonna sit here and finish this bottle then.
Maybe I need to get back to my work at the estate. Possibly, I might uncover some answer, some way as to how they were able to suppress this.
Perhaps.
Yeah, I guess what the thing I'm thinking, gentlemen, is if these three Goliath came and looking for his shard, are they going to come and look for ours and our weapons?
Is very, very possible.
Because we have to figure this out quickly then, if that's the case. I doubt they're just going to come for one weapon.
Yeah, there's a big who the fuck going on. It's just another enemy on the list we don't know about.
I need to do more research into Demon Prince. Perhaps there are others as well.
I mean, if you want, I can talk to my friend.
You're welcome to talk to whom you think will help.
Almost
Would
as
pull out the
if,
communicator and call Winston.
yeah, you
Oh gosh.
you call and you hear a voice on the other line that's not the one you were anticipating. It would be oh gosh, why am I gonna say it wrong? The gnome.
Oh, also, I probably would have walked away from the table to do this.
And there's plenty of space for you to get to a quiet area that doesn't echo too much. But the gnome, my brain's doing a bit right now. I could look it up if you know it already.
Yeah, give me a second. I have him here. The gnome is Nog.
Nog picks up and says, "Hey, what's up, boss?"
Nothing much. I thought Winston was on the other end. Is he not there right now?
Yeah, Winston and I are, well, I'm pretty deep into it, boss. And the main guy wants to speak to you as soon as you can. Just as soon as you can. We're not staying where we were staying before. We got a new place. Do you know where the 3rd precinct is in Spellmoth?
Do I know where the 3rd precinct is in Spellmoth?
Yeah.
Of course I know where it is. What makes you doubt that I know where that is? Everyone knows where that is.
Well, the boss has got a new place under there, or maybe he's had this place forever. But that's where we're at, and you just go in there and ask the watchman at the counter there at the front. You gotta ask him these specific questions, 3, and it has to be rapid fire before he can answer. Okay, ask him, What do you see? What do you know? Where do I go?
And sorry, can you name the place again?
3rd precinct of Spellmoth.
Okay, yes, 3rd precinct of Spellmoth. What do you see? What do you know? Where do I go? Cool.
All right. I'm being told I can't talk to you much more, so I'll talk to you later.
Dang it! What was the name of the one guy in the shop? The creepy guy. Ah, dang it. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
All right. Okay. The phone clicks off, or communication device clicks off.
All right.
All right.
Go back to the-
While that's happening, do you guys talk? All do anything?
Do you think we should ask the Adams brother who's in the basement of Gilbert's house, right, about these Goliath creatures? If we think they're associated with Durin Balcart?
No. Durin Balcart is the demon of corruption. We're talking
Right.
the demon of something else.
Gluttony.
This is gluttony.
Gluttony?
Different demon.
But
Different demon.
if one
Still may
associates
know
with,
about him.
yes, he may have more information than we presently do.
Right. I don't really want to talk to him though. I'm hoping he gets out of my house.
You gotta
Don't you
set
want
him
to check on him then?
You got to set him up
Yeah,
with an
but-
appointment with the idealist, so he
I
won't
know,
do it unless he
we gotta
gets.
set him up with an appointment. Right. I don't know. What do you think that's a possibility, Sam?
I'm sorry. What?
Setting the guy in the Adams brother, I guess is it Jason?
Jacob.
Jacob. Sorry, Jacob. Jason's a dead one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Setting Jacob up with an appointment to see the idealists. I know
I mean,
you're not on the best terms with them.
Wait, hold on. Let me just double check something. When you say set up an appointment, do you mean like get him into a room with him, right? Or do you actually want to set him up with something? I'm confused. I thought we were planning on killing him.
Well, I don't care if he lives or dies, but he wants to live because he's like, you know, a demon guy. So
Wait.
What's your alignment, Kevin?
chaotic good.
I don't care if he lives or dies.
He's a demon guy. Good people don't care if bad people die. You know, like evil people. These are evil.
I mean, you could try to redeem him.
I don't think that's possible.
You're a cleric.
It's awfully black and white of you, but chaotic.
I don't know. I just feel like if I was chaotic
All right,
good,
so Kevin's chaotic neutral.
right.
We've
My
got
character-
three
Welcome to the
chaotic
team,
characters.
buddy.
Welcome to the morally gray.
Right.
I mean, so you actually want to set up an actual meeting, not a type of meeting, right?
Well, either one's fine with me. I want to get him out of my base. That's my goal. Get the evil guy out of my frickin' basement. If he lives or dies, that's inconsequential to me.
Okay, well, if you want to go over there, I need to meet with someone at the... Sam takes out a piece of paper, the 3rd precinct, and tell him some things.
Uh-huh.
Puts the paper away.
Is it a kind of ripped up piece of paper? It looks like it was kind of balled up and, thrown around a bit.
No, this piece of paper is actually rather pristine, and at the top it says Gosler.
Okay.
Would I notice this?
Make a perception check. What's a perception check? Let's set the DC.
Right, I stole papers from his house.
Let's set the DC
Stealing
pretty high.
papers.
But yeah.
These were blank papers.
These were
I must
these
tell
were
people.
letterheads that were on the desk in the bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
In the bed.
I don't know how you got them made so quickly.
Oh, he's
They
been
even have a picture of your face on them. It's really
No,
impressive.
because
No,
I used to live there.
he's been in the city for a while. Yeah, he used to live in.
And I used to live there.
You notice it's your it's your header paper.
I would like to point out also, if he that good of a perception check, he will notice that on that piece of paper, on the drawing of his face is also a pair of glasses, a funny mustache, and the words of "I'm gonna heal you, I'm gonna heal you." Trip.
Works for me. That's wonderful.
All right, that's excellent. I'm gonna pretend. I'm gonna ignore that stuff.
Of course. And then,
Of course.
where are you guys going? What's going on?
All right. Are we gonna let Drunk Boy drive us back? We'll have to roll to see if we survive.
I mean, to be fair, I think he's fine.
Yeah, sure. Well, what the heck?
I think he's fine too.
Do I still have those 10 extra hit points? Temporary?
They would have gone away after about 10 minutes.
Oh crap! Because I felt really good. I was giving mad eyes. Stuff.
So that said, where are you guys driving to?
I mean, I just said maybe the 3rd precinct because,
Is that where
Yeah,
you're
we
going?
can go there.
someone apparently.
Okay.
I know somebody who used to work at the 3rd precinct, right, Ren?
That's right.
Yeah.
So-
we got an inn.
When you guys are heading up that way, I mean, you will note that you are driving kind of up towards the H, taking the main thoroughfare, because vehicles don't travel too well in the small streets. People walking, all that good stuff. That said, you have 2 options, driver. You can either go west, up and around, then onto, bear with me here, I've got the name of the street here.
John, don't you mean he has 4 options? 2 of them going west.
Well, you can go the westward route, which basically you're going to end up on North Ron Avenue, which is the kind of outside of the H, on the left side. Or you can take the eastern path, which takes you onto Hyde Parkway, up past where you can see Kirk Osler's warehouse, which has been mentioned.
Let's go that way, guys. We could check out the warehouse that I get, which
I believe the address.
Yeah.
If do you recall the address, Kevin?
yes, I wrote it down. It is 523 Hyde Parkway near the H. It's Kirk Osler warehouse.
Okay.
Kirk Osler brand warehouse.
All right. You head on over there.
All right.
Okay.
Sweet, guys. Can we just maybe stop by there real quick?
Yeah, if you want to.
Yeah. We could see it driving by, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, do we actually
He'll
have
slow
to stop?
down.
Um,
Slow down and drive like it's a Sunday drive, and we'll just kind of look out
Okay.
there and check, see what it's all about.
yeah, and Lauren, go ahead and make a vehicles land check
Oh man,
with dexterity.
Is this a
Dexterity?
disadvantage?
Yeah, it's at
this is where it
disadvantage.
happens. Flips the car.
Manages to do it well enough. It's pretty quiet today. Not many people are driving in auto carriages. You do get kind of close to a trolley at one point, but
This is pre-lines in the road, right?
yeah. Yeah.
Perfect.
You do get kind of close to a trolley, but you manage to avoid it.
Perfect.
You see the warehouse. It looks like a warehouse. Ren, make a perception check.
Oh boy.
Wisdom
Ren.
perception.
Is there something you were looking for, little blue one?
I'm just looking to see what it looks like on the outside. What
24.
condition.
You kind of are trained to look for specific things, markings, denotations, denoting everything, gang signs. And you've been noting that the southern portion, as you're driving up towards the warehouse, is marked with night sharks. All around the warehouse is marked with very similar motifs to you. Not night sharks, not idealists. And then as you move up towards Short Street to wing around the H and through that area, you notice that it changes to just a blur of battle markings on the H, because that's where the 2 groups, the idealists and the night sharks, kind of intersect, is the H. Yeah, it's just a hot mess of gang signs. There's a lot of activity too that you're noticing. But even though Kirk Osler's warehouse was really close to like the hot button area. All around it seemed quiet and untouched. And then you head to the 3rd precinct. No stopping at the warehouse, right?
Nah, we'll stop there some other time.
Okay. You arrive at the 3rd precinct and park and head on in. Everybody, yeah, where'd Matt go?
Matt said he would be right back.
Okay.
I don't know if he wants the rest of us going in with him or not,
Oh yeah.
but I am gonna defer that to his judgment.
Okay. Real quick, just one more time, Kevin. What was the address of that warehouse?
It was 523 Hyde Parkway near the H. Did you get that?
523 Hyde Parkway.
Yep.
Okay. And it's like a family establishment. Okay, cool.
Near the H.
Cool,
I don't know. It doesn't say that,
Hey.
but
Oh, that's fine. Okay, moving along. 3rd precinct.
going to the 3rd precinct, guys.
I would probably tell him just to like wait here for just a minute
Okay.
while I'm heading in.
You head on in. The front office. Nobody's present except for the clerk, who looks at you.
I go up to the clerk and just sort of say, "What do you see? What do you know? Where do I go?"
Come with me. And he kind of reaches out and grabs your wrists if you let him. And
Sure.
puts a pair of manacles on your wrists.
This isn't exactly how I thought things would go.
Yep, follow me. And he just starts pulling you towards a cell and throws you into the cell and shuts the door.
I'm going to look
Before
around
you
the
even
room.
get a chance to really look at it, you notice that you're not standing in a cell the second the door closes. You're standing at the top of a stairwell that goes down.
Oh.
Oh.
It seems that there's
apparently.
You're pretty arcane savvy. You're pretty sure that this cell it has some sort of illusion magic that
Right. Yeah. Illusions are what I do.
yeah.
You know.
It's kind of an idealist thing too. You head down the steps, down, and you enter a hallway that leads up to kind of like a central chamber. The central chamber kind of has like a domed ceiling to it. It looks like it's actually the base of a well or like a sewer access point. There's like a circular kind of pipe system up above you that kind of lets a little bit of sunlight shine into the middle of the center chamber. There appear to be a couple of water access points, and you're effectively standing in the sewers, but what you're realizing is this appears to be like an old chamber that's been repurposed into a sewer, like an old building that's been repurposed into a sewer. Not so much just, yeah. But you're pretty savvy with the undergrounds of the city. You know that the city was built on top of a city, which was built on top of a city. So a lot of the ruins and sewer systems are basically just old top-level buildings that have been repurposed or restructured. There are a couple of individuals in this chamber that you see. One of them is Winston. He kind of walks on over to you. The others are just random idealist individuals. Winston kind of walks over and says, no, I got you the message. The main boss wants to talk to you. Nobody else has got the chance to talk to him but that gentleman over there. And he points over at a guy standing near a door who's wearing all white. His face mask is like yours, but it's black. So he's like an exact negative of like what an idealist would look like. Black robes and white mask is regular idealist. This guy's the opposite. And then his eyes don't appear to have any kind of orange glow to them. They're just dull, kind of black glass. And he says, you gotta ask him and he'll let you into that chamber there. And the door behind him isn't just like a small regular door. It's like a massive vault door.
Okay, I'm going to walk.
Okay.
Do I recognize anything? Like, do I remember anything about the negative?
You've never seen one of these. You've heard tales about them. So the Idealists is the name of the group. These ones are known as the Watchers. And the Watchers are basically the upper echelon. So you have like the bosses who run the show on the ground and in the streets. But like in the deep underground, like where the wizards are located, and like where those, like the real, higher ups, people who are running the show, the watchers are basically the ones who are their guards.
Okay then, let's.
As you approach, he just
Towards
says,
the danger.
Samuel. He just says your whole
Name
name.
itself well.
Yep. I had it right there, and then I closed it like an idiot. But he says your full name, and then he turns around and starts moving some levers, opens the vault door just slightly, just enough for you to breach into it. And as you kind of note, it's pitch black in there. And he
So
kind
I
of,
just-
as he looks at you, he points at his face, the mask.
Right. I'll put mine on.
You can see in the dark, and you enter in. The shadows are kind of, pretty thick despite the dark vision. He seals the door behind you. You hear the lever slam into place, and then you hear a very strange voice kind of come out of the shadows, and it says,
Samuel, I've heard very, very much about you. Did you get my message?
I sort of like pulled the thing up that I've been hiding in my inside pocket. You mean, the spirals?
Oh, good. Oh, good.
and you hear kind of a sickening kind of sound kind of splash onto the ground.
I was just studying your recent contribution to our association.
And you hear movement, but it doesn't seem like something's walking on the ground. It sounds kind of like a weird serpent-like thing kind of moving about. Then from the shadows you see it kind of breach into your dark vision. A very large-looking globular thing floating out of the shadows. It has 10 stalks on its head, each one with an eye capping off the stalk. A very large central eye in the center. Massive, needle-like teeth coming out of its mouth, and its tongue actually seems to loll out of the teeth. At the end of the tongue, you see that there's a mage hand floating at the tip of the tongue, kind of oscillating and moving, and it seems to be kind of just holding a couple of pieces of finery, like it's wearing rings, and he seems to be holding a quill or some sort of needle. On his eye stalks, on some of them, you see that the eyes have been capped over with lenses. Some of them with like sunbursts. Some of them have like effectively gauntlets on the stalks, and the creature kind of floats out to you. And I just want to point this out really quick. The eye dealist floats out before you.
Yeah,
Nice.
because he's a dragon. I got it.
Retribution for every pun you've ever given me with Zelvor.
Get fucked.
It was so worth it.
Yeah.
He says,
You did a lot of damage. You've destroyed quite a lot of our infrastructure, but it was well worth it for this.
So, not to sound too like out of the loop, but what exactly is it worth?
We have his brain. We know.
Oh, gotcha.
We know all his secrets.
and as you kind of like look at him and kind of look over his form, look past him, you do see that the body of Razig is kind of like just set up on this very strange apparatus where it's basically been kind of peeled open. Have you ever seen Hellraiser?
Yep.
No, I haven't, but
Okay.
I think I have an
That's a good
idea of what
movie.
it looks
Yeah, basically like parts of him are kind of peeled open and the top of his head has been kind of pulled back, the flap of flesh and hair kind of pulled to the side. His greenish skin is kind of set with like a whitish pallor, and there's like a crack in the head in the skull, and his brain is shown. You recall that when he died the second time, if I recall correctly, didn't his body away?
Yes.
As far as I could tell, yeah.
Yeah. Very strange that he has it here.
So, anything good in there, or was it just kind of,
I could walk into the I suppose I could float with the conglomerate whenever I wanted now. The tower has been opened up to me. It's wonderful, Samuel. The joys I found in his mind. Others, members of the Watchers, wish to devour more of his knowledge and give it to the eyes of the group, so that they can learn from his mistakes. Do you know if his book was anywhere? It wasn't present on him.
I had no idea necessarily what happened to it.
I don't presume he kept anything with him other than a combat spellbook. Most mages do not keep their true tomes out and about for others to take off their corpses. They hide them
No,
away.
that would be silly as I tuck mine.
I say to you, Samuel, the joys I've been relishing in with this gift, I owe you a favor. At least one favor, even though you owe me 3. I say to you, what do you wish of our group?
One less favor to owe?
Your favor is a greater favor than the 3 that you owe me.
Oh, gotcha. Never mind that then. Do I have to come up with something now, or can I come up with something? This is one of those things. Just want to make sure I actually think of something good, because what if I accidentally waste it on something completely petty like gold?
It's not a terribly pressing matter, to be sure.
Okay. I'm going to hold on to this favor then, and I will let you know.
And we will tell you what you owe us. So, I understand it that you brought your friends with you, the ones that have been traveling with you into Bearport. Is that right?
That was just the taxi service. Sam says, no believability.
As you're saying that, you're thinking to yourself, how the fuck did he see me? There's no scrying portal, nothing. And you're kind of looking around, and what you see, very strangely, is that up in like a corner of the room, there's a ventilation area, but next to the ventilation area, you see that there's a mirror that's been bolted onto the wall at a specific angle to kind of look down the tube. If you were to, you can kind of see down it, and what you see, just kind of out of the angle, is a shimmering of maybe another mirror. And you're kind of huh. And this is a moment where you kind of have this strange realization. In most of the places that you've been that are idealist sanctuaries, there have always been these kind of mirrors that have just been oddly out of place. And you've always, come up with your own kind of reasons why they were there, but nothing conspiracy laden, because it was, you were in a safe place. But now you're
well, I mean, it was there specifically to keep out negative influences,
Yeah.
reflecting them back.
Well, now you're oh, I think he was watching us the whole time.
Yeah, it was a taxi service called Aber, abracadabra. You're there now. It's really new and hip. You can call it on your communicator.
That's really strange. I didn't know that mage from the conglomerate with all the bright colors on his robes was driving a taxi service. I do know that
My character's subtle.
he was driving.
And then you kind of notice that it's kind of moving away towards a desk, which looks like it's some sort of operating table. You see it reach down with its weird tongue and hand at the end of the tongue and grab a very large looking handle. As it pulls it up away from the table, you see that it's lifted up a scimitar, and it kind of points it at you.
Do not lie to me.
It says with its tongue out of its mouth.
It's very impressive that you can say that while holding that sword like that.
I've done a lot of training.
I can tell. So yes, those are my friends up there.
Great.
Um,
Tell me your plan with them.
regarding a taxi cab service, though, if you are it ever called Abracadabra.
Favor number one.
And he kind of sets the sword down and recoils his tongue.
Favor number one. Tell me what your plan is in Bearport. Everything. Spill.
Okay.
As you kind of look like you're resistant, you notice that all of the eye stalks have now focused in on you.
Well, that wasn't me being resistant. That's me being like that to why I'm spilling idealist secrets.
No. You're telling the beholder that...
Oh, tell the behold. Oh, gotcha. I thought it was tell. I got confused.
No, tell me, the beholder, everything that you've been doing in Bearport. And I'm assuming you
Right.
do.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you mention the part about how you're trying to convince the Night Sharks into joining your huge, massive organization to tear down the conglomerate?
I'd like to say I mentioned that my friends have a crazy idea to try to tear down the conglomerate, and the Night Sharks are a part of it. I don't specify how or why.
It's a great idea.
Good job.
Are they game? Are the Night Sharks working with you to do that?
I mean, as far as I know, they're Night Sharks. What do you like half the time when they say they'll do something, they stab you in the back with like a scimitar. So I mean a knife, not a scimitar. They're not worthy enough to use scimitars.
Who have you been negotiating this with?
No, I don't know if I wrote his name down, and I don't think Sam would remember his name either.
Alright, if you wouldn't remember it, I won't.
I mean, if you don't remember the name, but you probably remember what he looked like.
Yeah, I mean, creepy guy with the brother who's also a head.
You are speaking to Hadrian, the servant of Ashmedea.
Sure, if that's his name.
Interesting. Very interesting. You must continue this mission that you've engaged in and ensure that it is secure. You will act as our operative, as our ambassador. Perhaps things in the H will not be so problematic. Interesting. If you can, speak to this Hadrian again and perform whatever favors you need to be on his good side.
Okay.
At that point, will require a message from you, communication. And when you communicate with me, I want you to be ready to coordinate a meeting between me and Hadrian of Ashmedea.
Right. Really quickly, just so that I can, set this up properly. What is your name actually? Just so I can make sure it is. This is post mortre.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, never mind. I wouldn't ask that question then. I was trying to. I thought I wrote that down.
Good.
I wanted to make sure that was the actual thing. Okay, yeah. So, right, I will tell him that. Is there something that I can give him as like evidence that this is coming from you?
At the time of you securing his favor, I will... I will give it to you now, instead. He kind of flies away back into the shadows. You hear him speaking in deep speech. Do you speak deep speech?
No, I speak common, druidic, and...
Sounds like some crazy, weird, just strange tongue. Then he comes back.
Hold on a second. Hold on. Let me just check something really quickly.
Comprehend languages is a minute cast time.
Never mind then.
Yep. You were checking to see if it's one action. He flies back.
Actually, it says it's one action on.
Does it?
let me just pause here. Let me double check that. Because it says in my sheet that it's one action.
Oh, it is one action. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, so I'd really quickly on myself just to see
Okay.
what the heck he's saying.
He says, Watcher, surrender your mask. And you hear reply in deep speech, of course. And then he comes back over. He now has 2 mage hands at the tip of his tongue. Basically, they're both the same, like, facing. They're both left hands. And in one hand, he seems to be carrying kind of like a stone. I'd say not much bigger than like a credit card in like diameter and size, a bit thicker though. And then in the other hand, he's holding a black mask. He brings it forward to you and offers them to you. Take these. Speaking with his tongue out of his mouth.
I will take them, trying to avoid touching the tongue as much as possible.
The hands are magical and they're about like 6 inches away from the tip of the tongue.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if they were like right on the front of the tongue or like a loud.
Yeah, once you've given him those items, he kind of moves the tongue, and you can see that he's actually performing somatic components with the tip of his tongue, and he causes the mage hands to disappear, slaps his tongue back into his mouth, and says to you, your rank is now changed. You are no longer just an idealist. You will serve as an observer. And, by right, you will serve as the voice of this gang in regards to our operations with the Night Sharks. This new mask will serve you, and that item will serve as proof that I was the one who sent you. The stone, as you look at it, kind of has a strange symbol carved into it. It's a circle with a half circle inside of it that seems to be kind of lined with like jagged triangles, and it has 4 stubs coming out of the top of the head. I'm sorry, 10 stubs coming out of the top of the head, but only a total of 4 of them have little circles that denote eye stalks.
Gotcha. So since I'm an observer, does that mean like, my perception goes up at all somehow?
What? Confused look. Big eye just turns towards the screen and just kind of goes.
I just turn towards the screen and wink.
Hey. If you
I just broke the fourth wall.
if you take the black mask and put it on instead, what you'll note is that it increases your dark vision to 120 feet. And also, you note that there's activators on it that allow you to basically switch off. Detect. No.
Sorry.
Detect magic.
Hold on, I've lost my hand out. Bear with me here. I keep on closing out things before they're pertinent.
Detect the truth.
No. Okay, thank you for being patient. Effectively, it acts as the X-ray thing.
True sight.
No.
X-ray vision.
Yeah.
Cyclops?
Ring of X-ray
Did
vision.
you make me Cyclops?
Ah, the joke's on you.
Ring of X-ray vision.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, it looks like it can be used once per long rest, effectively like a ring of X-ray vision. And unlike the last one, which was a device, this is not a device, it is a magic item.
Right. Well, that's good. Anything else now, or should I just go and,
To our bidding. For the destruction of the tower.
Right, for the destruction of the tower.
Okay.
Just sort of, I would like to say, I just sort of like stand there for a half a second awkwardly, and then just shuffle away,
Yeah,
glance back, and just dart like rush out the doors in a way that
and
trying not to be impolite, but probably is.
despite your awkwardness and like you're not sure whether you're supposed to leave or not, the door surprisingly you hear it clicking as you're approaching it, and it opens, and the watcher on the other side kind of leads you out.
Great.
The door is closed behind
Well,
you.
that was fun. It
And-
was nice to meet you.
Winston and Nog are both just waiting right there, and they go, "How did it go?"
It went fine. Everything's fine. Don't worry about it. I'm going to go now. It was nice seeing you. Goodbye.
Okay.
And I just start walking up the stairs in that same sort of awkward, trying not to be impolite, but probably being impolite
Okay.
thing.
Cut from you real quick. Rewind. You guys are parked in the car outside the 3rd precinct, waiting for Sam to get back. What do you do?
What's the date?
Um.
Like, what's the temperature going to be outside?
Oh.
If it's the way it is now in Pennsylvania, it's cold as shit.
It's cold, but it's not cold as shit because Rostigar is kind of like the southern portion of the continent. It's kind of more closer to like
that's right.
the equatorial area. It's probably
We're
about
in Florida.
yeah, about right.
It's like the 70s, maybe.
No, it's probably closer to like the 50s, but this is a winter day.
In that case, we'd probably be like, it's kind of chilly out. Wonder what's taking him so long. Do you think they killed him?
It's always
I guess
that one
we'll
awkward
find
guy who won't just take the hint and not talk.
Yeah.
Uh,
Exactly. That's me.
It's day-wise. You did ask. It is the 25th day of Kesh, which is the last month of winter.
Oh, not nice.
And if, for your purposes, you're concerned, there are 2 months between the month you're in and the month of Brian, Adar, and Baram.
Yeah, that's the wedding date.
It's in Ryan, yeah.
Woohoo. Actually, I'll take this moment, since there's actually a lot of time when he's down there doing that, and I tell everybody, hey, you know how I got that invitation to the royal wedding? I can take 8 people with me. And I'm thinking I could take all you guys, and that just leaves an additional person for me to figure out who to take, right? Because that's Rockscar, Sam, if he's not dead, and say, Valette. I don't know, Valette might be here, though. Yeah, and
Take your
Lauren and
mom.
Ren.
We're your
Take
plus
your
5.
Yeah, Lauren.
Sounds like free food and booze. I'm down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I figured you guys it might be good. We could kind of see what's going on with the nobles and everything. Use it to get connections. And like you said, it's usually an open bar at weddings, so it's gonna be great.
I need to get a performance license. That's what I need to do.
Performance license. So what are you gonna do? Perform at the wedding?
I mean, so I can perform anywhere and not get fucking stopped by fucking cops, man. They didn't want me just singing on the street. That was a no-no.
Yeah.
I couldn't even just like do magic on the street. They were like, "Yeah, you can do magic because you're a magic user, but you also need a license to do things in public."
Zach.
Yeah, they make you get a permit for everything in this town nowadays. It's not like what it used to be.
Yeah.
Fucking taxes on everything, man.
They make you get a license to drive.
The goddamn man making me file a bunch of fucking paperwork. They're just trying to kill my soul slowly through pen and paper, man.
Zach,
That's all it is.
Make a wisdom saving throw at disadvantage real quick.
Oh, that can't be good.
Come on, you can do it, man. Wisdom saving.
It's just
Oh, he nailed it.
Okay, so Lord Kurgosler's droning voice about the details of the party and all of that doesn't seem to get into your slowly becoming sober brain.
It's getting harder to hear.
It's getting harder to. Everything's kind of just throbbing in your head, but it doesn't seem that the gnome is causing anything untoward.
I'll nudge Yin Lord and hand him my flask.
Ren is going
Wait.
to ask Gilbert what is the address of your warehouse again?
It is 523 Hyde Parkway.
I figured out my clue. Okay, interesting. So,
Does this mean something to you, 2020?
I think I mentioned to you that the Mardigans are not happy with being left out of what we're doing, and they left me a message with, I think, a secret code that I think is the address to the warehouse.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure why.
That is interesting.
Um,
You think
Out of
Mark
character, is that right?
make a intelligence investigation check.
But I figured it out though.
No, you did, but there's something
Did
missing.
you?
There's
Did
something
you?
more. You can do it.
21
It specifically states that the drop is to be made at where?
at Gilbert's house.
It says Gilbert's house.
Oh no. Yes, it says at your friend Kergozler's house by the end of the 6th day.
Okay. That might have been a mistype on mine. It basically, the goal there, the family portion. House. No, it was correct. I did it on purpose. House. And what is the thing that is at that address?
Warehouse.
Oh.
Right.
Right.
The play on words.
So we need to go to the warehouse.
You clever motherfucker.
And maybe there'll be a connection so we can get this other group, the Mardigans, in on things.
As you guys are talking about it,
Yeah.
you see a green-haired individual walking towards the car, right? Or are you gonna walk somewhere else?
Yeah, no, I have something. I walk to the car. I look at Yin Lord. I'm like, it's your turn to fucking buy this time. We're going to find a bar. And I get in the car.
It's
Again?
over and up. Nice.
I hand him the flask.
Yeah.
Nice.
He appears to have travel alcohol. Do you use it instead? Or?
It's okay. Here, take in drink.
Alcohol, period, works.
Yeah.
Great.
It's pretty drunk.
We got driving drinks. Let's go to the warehouse now.
Okay. It's not too far away, so no roll necessary. But I do want Ren to go ahead and roll me a D100.
Sure.
If you get 100, you get something special, like we all get magic items or something.
Three.
23. Pretty good. But not low enough. Alright. You pass through the H and head to Kergozler's warehouse. As mentioned, the H and the areas around the H are pretty scummy, and it's a lot of a mess. But the warehouse and the side streets and alleyways around it are pretty clear. You move on over that way, and like I said, Ren, you're seeing a lot of symbols here that are not night sharks, and they're not idealists.
Are they Mardigan?
Do I
They
see
are.
this in?
Okay, so
Sam, you do.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if there was something else.
You wouldn't be able to recognize or tell anything about night sharks, but you'd definitely be codified towards like idealist markings, since it's your gang. But then there's just, I mean, you can
Well,
kind
yeah, I
of
was also wondering if there was any true things
no,
mentioned.
none here.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, very strange. You drive on up to the house, the warehouse. You see that it's a pretty large building. It looks like it has 3 entrances on the one side, and it looks like the rest of the entrances, or the rest of the sides of the building, are closed off. There are windows on the 3rd floor, and it looks like it's a total of 50 feet high, this warehouse. Some 120 feet long, mostly up and down. And there are the 3 doors that I mentioned. One is a smaller, just service access. You presume that it leads kind of into where the service area is, where like utilities will run through the warehouse. The other entrance appears to be like a main worker entrance, and then there's a very large double door that looks like it's for larger carts, carriages, or sky trolleys. As there is a tether that connects up to the gondola system, basically.
There's a gondola system throughout the
Yeah.
city?
Yeah, we covered that, didn't we?
I don't know, did we guys?
Yeah, there's regular trolleys, and there's the sky trolleys.
Oh, okay. I guess I just was not paying attention.
And the sky trolleys
Yeah,
cost
we
Bukoba.
covered
Mhm.
we covered that because of the fact that I said the sky trolleys you gotta be careful of because they have ridges in them that will leave subliminal messages in your head by the conglomerate.
Right.
Right. So that's why we don't go on them. Has nothing to do with their
Definitely
expense.
right. No cost prohibitive things.
So-
Prohibitive.
Gilbert, this is your warehouse, but you do notice that it
Yeah.
does appear to be locked, and something you did not ask for directly. Just so you know, you don't have the key.
Okay. Can I go look through a window?
Windows are on the 3rd floor. So
Oh, the 3rd floor windows. That's right. Because I could Misty Step inside of it. That's the domain of the traveler. That's a good one.
yeah. Are you trying to plug?
I was plugging that there. You gotta let
Hedges
it
and
fly.
highways, hedges and highways,
Yeah,
hedges and highways.
people that are listening.
Anyways, I'm not a
Like
shill.
hundreds of people out there.
The doors are locked. The main door is probably barred. The big, large entry door.
Yeah. You know what we could do is we could knock, guys. That's, just in case there happens to be anybody in there. Who knows?
The service access looks like it's code combination.
Oh.
And the main door would be just a regular key.
Alright, I guess we'll have to go back to the house and find the key unless we want to knock on the door and see if there's anybody in there. Let's do that.
Also,
Knock on
if
the
you
door.
have nothing against it, we could always pick the lock for the time being.
This is true, we could. Who could? Who's a lockpicker around here?
I'm a thief.
I
Or
produced
road.
lockpicks of my own, which you've used my lockpicks and broke one before.
That was before I was a noble. Now that I'm a noble, I have forsaken all of that. But go ahead. I want to
So-
pretend like I didn't know that.
Can I try to unlock it?
Yeah, you can go ahead.
Can I help him?
23. I don't need it.
Cool.
Ren pops out his own tools, which are
my stuff.
very nice tools. Looks like a couple of them have like end caps with like the motif of like a cat's paw, and a couple other ones have like a cat head.
Go shadow.
And he just picks the locks very quickly, and then kind of like with kind of like just a grace puts the stuff away, and then kind of taps the doorknob, and it's now unlocked.
Alright. Awesome. Have the honors, I say to Ren, and motion for him to go first.
Sure, I'll open it. Why not?
You opened it. You
Okay.
should have the honors of going in first.
The alarm trips.
As the door opens, you do feel kind of a tingle on your spine, magic-wise, Ren, and you recognize it as the alarm spell. And then very shortly after that, you see kind of like a black energy, kind of purplish in color, appear in the center of the room where there's a desk and a chair. And then out of the smoke appears a familiar-looking face to you. You've met him a couple of times. It's Val Mardigan. And he kind of looks at you and
Okay.
says, "Took you long enough."
Yeah. Okay.
Bring them all in.
Name.
Come inside.
I'll come inside. I'll say, I'm Gilbert Kurgosler.
Yeah, I know who you are, you idiot. Get in the damn...
Are we all in here or just the two of
We
us?
all go in there then.
I was
walk in-
Lord Kilgosling.
Well, you're right, it was, but I was kind of flustered, so I forgot that part. Thanks for reminding me.
I walk in and just post up
Lord.
Justin on the inside of the door.
Okay.
Alright, we come in. I say, come on in, everybody.
He kind of snaps his fingers, the door shuts. And he kind of smiles. So, why weren't you going to tell me about all your cool new friends?
Well, we've been kind of busy.
Oh, yeah, I know. That's what I'm interested in. Tell me about that.
So, it seems like you know a lot about what's happened.
Yeah.
Are you down? Are you down for this?
No, not at all. It's a big problem, actually, what you're doing.
Why?
Well, because... Hold on a second, my cats are doing a fight.
That was a cat.
Cat fight!
I thought I heard
To
that.
answer your question, Matt, we got to the warehouse. Andy popped open the door. Inside the door was the Mardigan. Which Mardigan? Someone help me out.
Val.
Val Mardigan, and he said
Apparated
get
inside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's waiting for us, and
Yeah.
he's not happy.
Cool, thanks.
He's not on board.
He said he wasn't happy with you specifically.
Well,
Right. He
because I
said
didn't
it
tell
took
him.
us long enough, and that's why he's not. That's all he said was took you long
No,
enough.
I meant Matt. He's not happy with Sam.
Whatever.
So-
I mean,
So you like the status quo, Val?
No,
He's a sword bro. He has like 4 of them.
no, I don't like the status quo, not at all. Nope, not so much. What I don't like is people trying to arrange something that I'm not in control of. Do you understand?
Oh, so you're a DM.
He's going to die next, guys.
An old lady comes knocking on the door.
I'm so upset.
Yeah. No, the old lady does
I'm
knock,
sorry, you just teed
knock
that
on the
up.
door. She's like, "You got him this time. You got him."
It just works.
Ah, good.
Brilliant.
And then she's like, "Why weren't you that good against the fucking real bad?" Anyway, so
Okay.
he says that I'm not in control of. I mean, you understand, right? There's a lot of things going on down here on the southern side, and the idealists have been making a lot of plays. Kind of looks over at Sam. A lot of strong plays, and maneuvering themselves into territories that they really don't belong in. Their
How
groups.
could we make this right?
Ooh, yeah. Unless you can convince me that you can bring the heads of these other guilds, other groups, to the table to speak with me on my request, I really don't think I can be okay with you doing what you're doing anymore.
Sam, Ren looks towards Sam.
Muted.
I mean,
Okay, here you
how far up the chain do you really need from the idealist?
go. The tippy top. I need all of his eyes, and he kind of looks at you, to focus in on me when I'm talking.
You know, Sam would have looked confused before, and now he looks kind of, you know, sickish. Right. I'll see what I can do about that. I'm not showing him the mask that I have though,
No, it's fine.
tucked away. I'm not, you know.
He says, and I believe your contact with the Night Sharks is going pretty well. And I think you've gotten a bit muddled up in some things that you don't understand. And I hope that goes well for you. But I really don't think you understand what you're doing. And I think that your motivations are a bit more city watch than what Shadow would consider wise.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Well, maybe you can help us understand.
I want to. I really do. What I'm going to tell you is, as I stated it before, but more clearly. If you continue in this process, it must be made very clear to everyone you wish to have join us at the table, that at the head of that table sits Val Mardigan of House Mardigan. And negotiations will be mediated and arbitrated by me.
Peace is a very strong term.
Oh, I know. What you're trying to do is very strong power play. Dealing with the law and the way that you're planning on doing it. That changes a lot of things. Changes a lot of games. The idealist's main concern is dealing with that kind of law enforcement and getting it out. Once that's done, what do the idealists do? They vie for power. They hungrily grasp at it. They keep pushing out like they have been. Why do the idealists have any territory in Old Rostagar? Is a concern I have. Why are the Night Sharks fighting and arbitrating, or arguing with them about the age? Why is that a fight that's happening at all? It shouldn't be, but it is. What happens with the Night Sharks after this whole situation blows up? If the idealists are no longer a gang, if they no longer have a purpose, they're no longer hiding from it, the mages could come back up to their noble houses. I think that's why they dipped into Old Rostagar, is because of old attachments. And not so much concern for the goal that they've set before them. It's probably why the Night Sharks are making you do something for their help. I tell you this. If it seems that you are going to try and take the head of the table, if it seems that you're going to cede it to anyone other than me, that, Ren, you know we have means of dealing with problem elements. You've seen some of the best at work. There are others like him, and they can get where they need to go. And they can find you, wherever you hide. You wouldn't have been such an asset to the Watch, and you wouldn't be so good at your current job if it wasn't for the training you received from us. That said, that's all we ask. We want to guide. We want to lead. That's all we ask.
Do the Mardigans want to expand their territory, or are you looking for equilibrium?
We don't care about territory in this city. What we have is fine. Equilibrium is a strange notion, especially considering the acting parties. Like I said, once the conglomerate are destroyed and forced out of the city and that law is no longer present, you think just simply by destroying their tower that will make the case? Or killing every single one of their agents that's going to solve the problem? We do understand at that point it's an act of war. And they will blame the city of Rostagar and its nobility. And when they come with their ships, and they come with their warriors, they're not going to take it out on us petty gangs squabbling over territory and a couple of folks who had it in their mind to take over a tower. Oh no. They're going to kill everyone. Because it's war. And you're not just dealing with conglomerate at that point. You're dealing with 3 nations that have sworn themselves to that pact and to that law. I agree. The less loss on things that are marketable, the better. I'm all for it. But, looking over at Gilbert, you're going to need someone who can power play it in the courts. You're going to need someone who could be a face for this operation and who can make the idea, looks back at Sam when he says the word idea, more publicly acceptable. You're going to need the Night Sharks. You're going to need the Idealists. You're going to need the Gentlemen's Society. You're going to need all the small gangs up in the Northern Quarter and Red Wheel. You're going to need them all. You're going to have to talk to Blackjack. You're going to have to talk to a lot of people. This isn't a small thing that you're attempting here. And if you think for a second that if you get this ragtag group of people together to try and deal with the tower, that you've got enough with 2 gangs that are going to be hard enough to lead without our direction, you've got another thing coming. I may not even have to seek repercussions against you for stepping out of path with what I desire. They may just befall you on their own. And my hand's the cleaner. He doesn't actually belch in the middle of the sentence. He just says, my hand's the cleaner. I belched. I'm the DM. But he says, do we see eye to eye?
I don't know. I mean, I hear what you're saying, but what do you want? What do you want to do? What's your plan?
My purpose in life is as it always has been. The Mardigans do not seek power like these other gangs do. We have it. In earnest, I sit here with you, basically on the borderline of a large gang war that's been going on for the last couple of years between the Idealists and the Night Sharks. Not a single one of them, unless invited, gestures to Sam, will tread in this area. You know why that is. Because if it's found out that they did breach our signets and our signs, we'd find them and we'd make them pay.
Out of character, do I know whether or not like he's
Mardigans are about
right?
Mardigans are about the interplay. They're not about taking over. It's not about conquest. You rule better by allowing people to think that they have some sort of agency.
Right, but he's saying that they're like on the hierarchy. They're at the top.
Yeah, Mardigans are pretty much up at the top. Yeah, the only other one that kind of gets close is the council.
Okay. Okay, I understand you.
Good. So hurry up with that job for the Night Sharks. And gain their favor. When you get a chance to speak to the leader and his brother, he kind of laughs and stops for a second. Oh, man. Sorry. You see, me and Nature were old friends in the past, before they started getting into what they got into. Does he still travel around in his brother's hands? Yeah. He smiles. Interesting. Such a strange lot. I would like Hadrian. I would like the leader of the Idealists, who I've never met, but I've heard tales about. And every single other individual to come to meet with me. You know where we are. This meeting will go down at the Garter. I'm sure a lot of you have questions. Feel free to field them before I'm recalled.
Please jump in.
Valet.
John, I was gonna say.
Go ahead.
I messaged that to you only because I figured probably you the only one that.
I didn't get it. Hold on a second. Let me check. Oh, here we go.
I messaged you in the Discord chat on the side. Nothing huge, just so that you know.
Okay.
Valet pushes off the back wall, and
he kind of raises his hand up, kind of stopping you from speaking. Out with it. Looking at Sam.
I mean, just, trying to figure out necessarily the logistics of all of this.
Oh, it's a tough matter to be sure. And hopefully your group will send someone who is able to work out those logistics. A strong and guileful individual. And Ren, once you find out,
We'll see if with all that sort of sight we can actually come eye to eye.
he kind of gives you a smirk. Very good. Anybody else have anything to say? Kind of gestures to Valette.
Valette just sort of thank you for pointing out some of the greater repercussions we may not have realized at first. The plan was to try and bring all of the gangs, though, into one meeting room.
It's not the worst idea I've heard. To take down the conglomerate. But, yeah, foresight's very important when you're dealing with people who can literally see everything, everywhere, unless special precautions are taken. Thanks to your the former owner of this warehouse for making this such a great establishment to sit in. I do apologize, though, Lord Kurgosler. I do not think this warehouse will suffice as a location that the Night Sharks can stay in, unless you're asking me for it.
Isn't this the Kurgosler warehouse still?
Yeah, you own it by right. But if you tell me that I'm not welcome and that the Sharks are going to be welcomed into it instead, well, I'll just have to leave with everything that I've put into it.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Well, this is my thought on the subject. I really don't like Hadrian. I think he's a scumbag. But I was going to allow him to use the warehouse so that he could kind of get his foothold into the area.
It's a great idea. I do love it, but I just want to make sure you understand that I'm stressing something very important here.
Yeah.
You need to focus in if you're going to be the key political figure for this group. If you want it, I will give it to you, but you will owe me.
Right. Well, I think that may be what we need to do then. What sort of a favor are you going to be asking?
Oh, I don't know. I have no idea.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, honestly, I'm doing you all a big favor here by helping you with this whole situation.
Yes.
But,
yeah, it sounds like it. You know what I have a question of? Instead of warring with the conglomerate and killing people and taking them out that way, can we instead put somebody who is more favorable to our point of view in power? Do you know, that's something maybe we should think about as a group, and maybe you could help us with.
Looks over at Valette. Tell him what his problems with that plan are.
Sorry, I read something in chat. He's asking, replacing Kurgosler with someone more favorable, right?
Yeah.
Right.
The highest rank of the conglomerate is not Magier, but Grand Magier. Magier Kurgosler is not the head of the conglomerate. He is just one of many heads overseeing sites.
He's kind of like the spleen.
Okay. So
He's essential, but nobody gives a shit about him.
Also,
thinking more controlling this city, not the entire deal.
Also, Kurgosler did not come from here. Neither did Razig. No Magier has ever come from the place where they serve. They all come from the High Academy of Ultranaris. They undergo the trials. They complete the trials, and then they learn to enforce the 3Ds upon those who would break the laws.
Is this like the 3Ds of dodgeball? Dodge, duck, dive.
Detain, derail, dispatch.
Well, I got
Not
a
quite
question
so
for you.
pleasant.
You should be familiar with
really-
those, Sam. That's what they've been doing to you your entire life.
Yeah.
This is a treat. This is a real treat.
I do have a question for you, Val.
Sure.
Mr. Mardigan. Is this new Magier, Kurgosler, is he as bad as we think he is? Because I've heard a lot of bad things about him, but I don't know for sure. I mean,
No idea. Do you want me to turn my eyes on him?
that would be helpful, yeah, because maybe he's not as bad as we think.
Yeah, we lost interest in the tower.
Yeah.
But I don't think that mentality is going to be something most of your friends are okay with.
I
Val,
don't know.
what did you know about Vrazig and any of his doings?
A bit. He was.
How much of it was underhanded and against the spirit of what the conglomerate at least once stood for?
He frequented a brothel in Wild One's territory. I believe he spent a lot of time partaking in the calming mist. And I know that his tastes were a bit lavish for someone in his position. So much so that a lot of the things that he enjoyed were paid for at the expense of the taxpayers of this city.
So more vice and corruption on a mundane level.
I don't know exactly what he was into. I do know that he did have some debts with the council, but about those debts I couldn't tell you for sure what they meant.
I see.
Or specific details about them.
I hasn't been to a brothel like once or twice or every single day when they were 16 and lonely.
Yeah, sounds like how I was raised too, Val says, kind of glancing aside. He says to you all, I apologize, I just got a ting in my ear, I only have a couple more seconds here, I'm about to be recalled. Go ahead.
Nah, that's fine.
Go
I
ahead.
was going to ask about the Trosdoshans. What about the guys, the Trosdoshans made a worm that attacked us? Do you know anything about that?
Can't say that I do. Very interesting. Made out of worms, you say?
Rock.
Uh,
Yes.
yeah.
That's what I would say, yes.
Sounds like something from the northern lands back from old stories. There was tales of I guess the eastern or western lands. Sorrowgate, big worm creature there that was defeated by some heroes 500 years ago. Zelbor tells a story about it.
Yeah, I'm sure he does.
A lion sack of shit.
He's not real.
Oh,
Well, anyways, good day, and gone. He vanishes the same way he appeared.
wow. Interesting.
I think we found out quite a lot.
I think we did.
Yeah, I'll have you know that whole thing about Zelbor, there was no Zelbor.
Everyone knows that.
Yeah, Zelbor is a figment of your imagination. I don't know if it's safe to talk here, but maybe we should head back. I did have some things I wanted to ask you guys about.
To the car.
To the car.
Okay. You guys drive back home to...
What time of day is it?
it's getting closer to evening time, early evening.
Would I have enough time to swing by some permitting office, or would they be closed by now?
I was waiting for him to say, do I have time to
Another
stop at a
bar.
bar?
I would say that it's too late, yeah. And you'll need
Okay,
you'll
that's
need
fine.
an attendant, someone who can help you with that.
Since it's too late for that, can we actually go to another?
Yeah,
There?
it's-
Yeah.
it's
Another bar.
good.
We go to a bar now after every single event we do.
Although I am gonna pick a bar closer to home, so it's an easy drive.
That's fine. I just need to get. It's been a rough day for me.
Okay. So there is one in not too far away from your home, Lord Kurgosler, but it's not a bar per se. It's a tap room. So when you park and you enter in, you're not really, you're kind of taken aback by the nature of it. You're thinking like tavern in your brain, like you go in, it's rowdy, it's, almost like a, place where everybody goes. But what you're actually walking into is more like a cafe. It's very quiet conversations, people talking back and forth, and drinks being kind of served out in very fancy looking cups with all sorts of ornate nonsense to them. The barkeep.
Looking around. What is this?
The person behind the bar kind of walks over and kind of sees you enter in and says, welcome to the Shattered Dreams. How can I assist you?
Shattered Dreams, it seems appropriate.
Could I have a round of drinks for my friends here? What would you guys like?
He sets out a piece of paper, parchment, very heavy stock, and you can see that there's a listing of drinks on it, each with a cost of gold next to it. The least expensive drink is 17 gold pieces.
Holy shit, we'll have one of the least expensive drink for everybody.
Okay.
People don't stay rich by spending lots of money. Let me tell you
I
that
just
much,
look
guys.
at. I just look over at Gilbert, and I'm just sort of like, the fuck sort of shite place is this? One drink costs 17 gold?
When they put it,
it's a fancy drink.
I'll just take the gold, please.
I got a fucking entire bottle for 10. An entire
All right,
bottle
guys. Hey,
for 10.
if you don't want, we could just drink one drink here, and then we could go back to my place. I have some.
the gentleman kind
in
of
the basement.
points his hand out
You're
to you and
paying
says,
for the drinks.
Sir, you're being
Yes.
very loud. Gesturing towards Sam. Please.
I don't care if I'm being loud.
Bobo.
Like me to escort this gentleman out of here.
Bobo, and as you kind of hear him say the word Bobo, you see a back door open up and an undaunted, about 8 foot tall, walk out with spiked plating to his armored self, kind of walk out, kind of walk over to Sam, grab a hold of his shoulders. If you want to oppose him, you can.
Can
John Villette whistles.
I was gonna say, can I attack this fucker?
Can you what?
Hubba hubba.
Can I attack this guy?
Yeah.
Hold on, there we go. It's just the one. The first one, 19 to hit with Primal
no.
Savagery, my druid cantrip.
19 hits.
I mean, he's an
no.
wow.
Yeah. He takes some damage.
How you doing that?
Him down.
And then he'll move in and engage in the way that I say. He's going to attempt to grapple you.
Oh no.
All right,
This
that's
is how it
fine.
begins.
I'm up for this. Strength
Acro-
check
or
No,
acrobatics.
strength or acrobatics, right?
Yeah. Athletics or
I
acrobatics.
think I have a better dex. So, yeah, much better dexterity. 15.
He pulls you onto him, and the second you hit against his body, you feel the spikes of him kind of impale into your flesh. You take 3 points of damage from piercing, and I need you to make a
Okay.
Constitution saving throw.
Pause there. Okay, that and con saving throw. 14.
Okay. You watch as he's impaled onto the spikes, and he just passes out on this guy's shoulder. The guy walks towards the door, opens it with one hand,
Use my inspiration there.
walks over to a side stoop near the area, and just lays the slightly bleeding but not terribly put off Samuel on the ground. As the barkeep kind of looks to you and says, "If you're with him, I'll have to ask you to leave, please." And looks to Lord Kergosler. You see a couple of other individuals in the bar who you've seen in court, kind of looking at you, covering their mouths
Yeah, this is scandalous. I'll say, I apologize for my friend. This is obviously the first time he's ever been into a fine establishment.
Don't
like
you
this.
dare apologize for me, you
You're
bastard.
unconscious.
You're unconscious, dude.
So then I will say, gentlemen, let's go back to
Oh,
my
yeah, I
place
know.
and we will drink there. It's a hell of a lot cheaper, I say under my breath so nobody can hear. And then I walk out and bring it, and then I go heal Sam. I gotta heal him because
Yeah, he's
messed up.
unconscious for a little while. Basically, it's the same effect as drought sleeping
Well, that's
poison.
good. He'll be unconscious until we get home. We'll just, but I'll cast like a cure light wounds on him just to
fine.
give him his hit points back.
Sure.
All right, there you go. A level 1 cure light wounds for Sam. I heal him 8 hit points. Good one.
Yeah, I'm at full health.
Okay.
You're ready to go now.
You guys
All right, cool.
return back to House Kurgosler,
Let's head
and
back home. It's a lot safer.
this is going to be a.
Man, I wanted to hang out with Boo Boo more.
This is going to be.
He's crazy, man.
I thought he was cute.
Bubba.
He's gonna be frequenting that bar.
Anyways,
Yeah.
you guys arrive at House Kurgosler, and
Your job. You get him as our ally.
this is going to be an interesting one in that this is going to be the one episode I don't end with like a 6 stinger or something like that's a lead up for the next session.
Oh, yeah.
You guys arrive back at House Kurgosler, and next session will begin with you guys discussing what your plan of attack for the day is, the remainder of the day.
Alright.
It's evening time, so you can still do stuff at night, your choice.
Like
But
research or whatever.
yeah, all right. Thanks for watching, you guys. Stopping the stream.